window.
I can make the tram go faster if we want to.
Scratch that. Billick, make sure nothing breaks. Alto, make us go really, really chugging fast.
Cool. So Alto, I'm imagining you can just do that based on what you've already patched in.
I have an ability called Hand on the Throttle. Since this is a vehicle, once per round I can increase or decrease the speed by 1 to a minimum of 0 or to a maximum
that's
of
a cool
the vehicle's
roll.
top speed.
Damn. All right. Very good.
That's really cool.
You
Colors.
floor it, which in this case means you move a lever slightly further forward.
I do it gradually, or this thing will just fall apart.
That is also true. Okay, so
thanks to you, we know the Fargo Deep Mine is infested with kobolds. Now we need a scout to investigate
Ryan,
the more distant Jasper
melee
lode for
attack,
your
please.
shrewd.
Great. Melee
What's
will
the
be difficulty
difficulty
2. Melee difficulty is always 2, unless there's something
You need something?
dramatic happening that would change.
Wait,
it.
how much wrist
For the
did I have?
shooters, I'm going to say, given the length of weapon you're using, Laura, are you using your rifle or your pistol?
I
Pistol.
don't think this
Okay.
this wristed add-on works as intended. It only says I have 75%.
There are story points.
There is story point.
There is a story point.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I was just doing the speed increase. What am I rolling?
Sorry, a ranged light.
Range light. Got it.
Ooh. I have to use that story point.
There we go. Bam, story point.
Bam.
Are you using that to reroll or to up your odds in the
Sorry, that's to up one of my
Good,
greens to
because
yellow.
they don't allow rerolls. so-
Yeah, no. I was just like looking at like, ugh. I got 2 advantages and 1 failure.
Okay. Cool.
Net
But
one
the attack-
advantage.
Okay, just
One advantage.
I'm just gonna check what kind of hell
3
practice
success
system
and
they're
1
using.
Okay. So as the party begins to fend off the swooping assault of the Aeontos, you're both Alto and Lyric. You're both trying to fire, but admittedly, like Lyric, you've had to shoot from some pretty bad situations before, but this is much different. Like, it's if we're thinking about like just like that horrible, and like as somebody who's scared of heights, like this is my fucking hell. But like a suspension structure swinging
Genesis
and
system.
trying to like line up shots with a pistol at things in the air, like none of these are
Genesis
skills that either
custom
of you really
dice,
have.
which features
and
symbols
also
for
sit down
success
on your
failure.
shoulders.
What?
Yeah, well, also driving. Like you're very much doing a full like it's a whole routine. So more and more of them are getting in, and Valentine, you're attacking these things like with all the gusto of an agent of the Imperium.
Sounds
on a
so
whole
weird
quest.
compared to
But while you're able
Dice
to pretty much
20
slay them as they come in
system.
through the holes, unfortunately, Lyric and Alto are unable to hold them at bay. And although you're killing them about as fast as they can break in, each time one punches in, the vehicle gets a bit more damaged. And finally, as you tear one aside with your chainsword, to see Doc Cleaver literally just like with syringes in her fist, just fucking punching the side of one of these things to death. You see her look up and just go, fuck me, as 2 of them come in from either side and rend the tram in 2. And with that, you begin your long descent into the valleys. The cables snap, and the tram car begins to swing low, low, low into the deadly jungle beneath you.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Alto, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Lyric, and our Game Master, Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovitz by Jazzar, JAH at Dumdortenford.
Jill and Noel.
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Lyric, and Tyler Hewitt as Alto. My report shows that the Inquisitorial band were ambushed by a pack of Yontos. Valentine continued to establish his skill with the chainsword, while Alto kept the tram going, and Lyric struggled to bring her auto pistol to bear. Can the band survive as the tram crashes down into the jungle? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
From the personal log of Administratum Philos Tremaine from 2 days before his death. Well, it would seem my dream is coming to an end. They have dispatched our bites to come here and try and shut down my park, my beautiful park. You know, the first attraction I ever built was a flea circus. And all the kids from all the imperial families would come by and say, "Oh, Mommy, look at the fleas, look at the fleas." But of course, there were no fleas. At this place, I wanted to show them something they could see and touch. But, I admit it, I recognize some of the mistakes that have brought the wrath of the Imperium down upon me, of course. The Xenos, beautiful, fascinating, and useful as they are here, are considered a plague to be wiped out. And granted, I can see that the hybrid experimentation was probably not well taken in the halls of the Imperium. But I wanted something real. Spared no expense. You were falling through the sky in a tram full of pterodactyls.
God.
Just another manic Monday in the Imperium. So
all right, we tie their legs to the sides of the tram and they just fly us to where we want to go, right?
Yeah, yes, the up philosophy.
From one side, Lyric is saying that, and from the other side, Alto's just like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to take either 2 cats and just strap them to either side, or 2 pieces of buttered toast, which will create just an infinite vibe of not being able to land anywhere but the buttered side. So the good news is that the cables are providing a bit of resistance as you fall. It's not like a straight drop. It is swinging.
It's still gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, it will. Incidentally, Alto's speeding up of the tram has actually assisted you somewhat because it means the tram's gears are still spinning on the cable. So rather than being tossed loose, it's kind of continuing to, like, it's not making progress, but at least it's not sliding off the end, which would be far, far worse.
That's something.
What do you all do? Hang on, I gotta get this John Hammond speech out of the way so I can bring up my notes again. What do you do? God help me. Do you brace? Like, what are you attempting to do to kind of make this hurt the least?
No, ragdoll. Everyone ragdoll.
All right,
sure.
So, him screaming, her yelling ragdoll, and I think Valentine would be singing just a hymn to the Emperor about survival and importance, which would sound vaguely like Gilbert and Sullivan, and he would just take a seat on, like, the seats on a bus, like they always tell you to do, where you just, like, bend over and, like, protect your head, and he's just praying through music. His refractor field is still active. Like, he's done everything he can, and now it's up to the Emperor.
So he's ducking and covering.
Yeah, if I can jump, like, to Alto and basically, like, kind of tackle him to try to, like, protect him.
Yeah, he's no longer up on, like, Billick got knocked over as this all fell. It's not like he's still riding around, although that would be very funny.
As funny as it is for me to just be yelling ragdoll, I would actually go for Alto to try to, like, protect him somehow. I don't know.
Okay, so what I need from you then, please, Alto, I'm going to say I don't need this from you because I think Lyric has decided to take the hit for you.
Greetings.
Please go ahead and roll a survival check.
Oh, fuck.
which is again like
okay, I'm just gonna go kill
survival's like
creatures.
But this is one of those instances where I just truly feel like no amount of athletic ability is going to save you from this. It's more
really not coordination.
Okay, well,
thinking about it.
No, because if it was just you, yes, but you are currently holding Alto trying to protect him, so you can't exactly.
I let go of all. No, I just.
I mean, hey.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Requires herbalism 100.
Cunning feels like the instant reaction version of intelligence. So yeah,
How much do you have actually?
Plus, it's like finding the right place to hide and like strap yourself in and do all those things rather than just being like, I'll just.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Verna woke me when she heard a ruckus in the fields.
What if
the fields were full of hooligans. We left in a rush, and I forgot to pack my pocket watch. Verna's PA gave me that.
Poor old. I never.
Cool. So go ahead and roll me those, please. Difficulty of 5.
Oh no! Come on.
Yes, but don't worry. You have all those story points that you didn't already use up. Wait a minute. You did use them all up. They're all mine. I could make them red, but I'm not because I'm a nice guy.
And he can complicate the result without needing to mess with the dice.
Hey, I'm just making sure there's.
This is why we all agree when you suggest what skills to use.
Yeah. If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
You're an inquisitor, you say, kind of.
Well, I represent.
Yeah.
Look, it's complicated. It's a Holy Spirit thing.
Yeah. I speak with his authority, which makes it kind of complicated, but the ecclesiarchy really hates it when I say I'm him.
Oh, so my
I'm
chair
not
isn't
you,
nearly
cause
as
I
good.
am me. Please don't let me die, my lord.
Which I would fully believe as a medieval hymn.
Yeah. I think he learned some in the Scala Progenium, and other ones he just started writing himself. Like he'll riff a hymn because he would have believed, because everybody in Scala Progenium are raised by like abbots and like pretty religious figures on top of like combat versions of them. So I feel like somebody probably threw out something that I was told as like a young Catholic, which was that like every time you sing, that's a way of celebrating the God Emperor, or in my case, I guess Jesus. But like that, I think would be his thing. So like even just singing a prayer makes it more holy somehow in his mind.
Do you think coming up with these hymns was something you and Eugene did?
Oh, 110% yes.
Okay. Right.
I bet Eugene started it and it felt mildly blasphemous originally in that way that it would feel like cheating. And then they probably thought they were going to get in trouble. And they, like the one cool abbot, like gave him a thumbs up about it. And was like, yeah, sing the prayers. If it makes it more fun, that's cool. Like there's always one.
He's like the cool youth pastor who goes to the kegger who's like, well, hey, no, I'm just going to have one because I got to drive. But
sits backwards in the chair.
Yeah, who's always got your back.
Come on, kids, and riff with me about the God Emperor.
Do you know what? I agree, but the youth pastor in this case, let's say, was a member of the Adeptus Sororitas. So it was just a battle sister who was like, every song's a good song. Just like coming in, she would have been cool to all the recruits.
Okay, I like that. So maybe she wasn't like a regular like figure. She was kind of like that like cool badass who just came through every so often.
Yeah, she came through to talk about our warp virginity.
I mean, this is mostly just fun flavor at this point, but I feel like it's the kind of thing that like Eugene overheard her doing and was like, holy shit, you can do this. And then she later got wind and was like,
hello,
okay,
Carlos.
You may have heard me singing earlier.
This is OctoWoW,
you know what that's about.
which is currently using 1.18. And once the devs feel they have everything up and running at almost the same state as it was in TurtleWoW, they will start doing their own version of TurtleWoW.
We were on the ground. We had,
but they will try to stay true to the TurtleWoW views, I guess.
Yep. Unfortunately, because
and they just wait. Let me just pause the podcast.
Like padded parkas or something, you might actually have a bit more.
I need to get myself a stream deck so I can use the buttons instead of Well, yeah. Before TurtleWoW went down, they made like this program you could start or run simultaneously when logging into the Turtle server. So you can like sniff, or whatever they call it, get information about loot tables and everything about the game, so they can. So apparently they have a lot of information. So they're just trying to implement everything, but their main focus right now is getting all the classes back in working order or something. And the dungeons. Oh, when I think, oh, I'm too low for dungeon. Oh, I'm not Frostmain Hollow. But yeah, those are Horde territories. I'm not gonna go there at the moment. So yeah, it seems a lot of the devs are really interested, and they're working all the time. And the main difference is all the devs have no contact with the community, and they're like anonymous also to each other, because they are trying to like stay secret, so Blizzard can't touch them in any way. And the only downside right now is that they use like it's because they call it as a beta now, so signups are not open 24/7. You have to make an account when they open up the sign up button. Last night it was up for. Let me check the Discord. If you join their Discord, you can like choose a sign up role that alerts you every time the sign up opens up, because they have made, or the creator of the fan community has made like a system. Whenever they open the sign up, the sign ups channel makes or alerts you. Yeah, so yesterday it was open from my time, 21:30, and all the way up to 7:03 in the morning. So yeah, the sign up window was pretty long. So it shouldn't be difficult getting an account now.
Impact help, but unfortunately those were tech garments. Plus yours has been shredded from claws.
Yeah, fair. Okay, are we rolling? Is this rolling?
Let's roll. Tyler, you and I can just.
Whoa! Sorry.
Don't have to roll dice.
Laura, what did you roll?
3 successes, 4 threats.
Pretty good.
Cool.
All things considered.
It was weird roll.
Yeah.
How about you, Valentine?
Oh, I had to roll survival? Yeah, cool. I'll just do that right now. You said, sorry, what was the difficulty?
5.
5? Cool. With my refractor field, would that do anything? Because it's designed to protect things. It adds 2 to my range and melee defense.
I'm going to say in this case, I'll give you 1 boost dice for it. It's not really built for this at all.
Yeah.
But in the way that, like, weirdly, if you were wearing armor, it might not really protect you, but it would just, like, keep all your vital organs where they should be. Like, it'll at least, medieval armor will at least keep you in the shape of a person. Everything inside might get crushed, but, like, you'll still be in a roughly...
Cool. 1 success, 1 threat for Valentine.
So a total of 5 threat? Between the two of you?
And how many successes?
Laura, that threshold number. Num.
Laura, how many successes did you have?
I had 3.
Okay, so yeah, 4 success, 5 threat total.
Cool. All right, so Alto. Yeah, Laura?
Never mind. Sorry.
No worries. Good chat. Alto, you are going to take 5 wounds. You can add your soak, though.
How about defense? I can't remember how that works.
Defense is just about complicating an attack roll. Unfortunately, This is an environmental hit.
Okay.
No matter how good you are at dodging swords, it will not help you dodge a jungle.
Yeah. And Lyric and Valentine. I'm going to say Valentine, with your amount of successes.
Maybe I should try and respect fire instead
Lyric,
for leveling.
Successes, you'll take 6.
Okay. So that's including, so I subtract my soak from that, right?
Yeah, please.
Okay. God, I'm not.
And
doing well.
Ryan, I'll say.
Or never mind. Frost can do some damage. I was just using the wrong spell earlier. Instead of rank 3, I was using rank 1.
Around, like flailing around like a ragdoll, it would actually eat some of that.
Cool.
Just because it would treat like jagged shit as. I just keep thinking in Dune terms, so it's like, you know, jagged shit would be like, well.
Yeah, the difference between an orc club and the corner of a couch is really just about how hard it's swinging.
Yep. Who swings better clubs? No.
And I should probably level up my
joke for the city of Toronto.
Say a fun local
herbalism before I go here, since I can't pick up anything.
We went into traditional
Or maybe this one, the zero leaf.
That joke's perfect.
Kingston too, man.
Is a place.
As well as an excellent show.
Just for you guys to know.
Is an excellent show.
Yeah, we're just like very quietly transitioning into like a show about local culture. Like
that's what they always say. Go to the grimdark world of Warhammer 40,000. It's just like Southern Ontario.
Yeah.
Yes, the tech priest lurks in the shadows, drags himself forward, and says, "Did you know that this is the celebration of that raccoon who died during the Pan Am Games, and we gave him a funeral in Toronto?"
Yeah.
Ooh, you know, the deep cut lore stuff. It's real Gav Thorpe level shit.
This gondola ride turned into a real ride on like the Dufferin bus, if you know.
Was it hashtag dead raccoon TO?
Yeah, Conrad the dead raccoon.
Yeah.
In any case, back in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We have neither fun nor games, just hurt. So there is kind of a tremendous crash as the trolley kind of like smashes through a bunch of trees, ricochets off them, and then finally kind of screeches to a halt.
If I remember correctly, there was a mission somewhere that you needed to give someone a copper tube. So I will keep it.
The fact of kind of like sudden silence is almost equally unnerving. Yeah, looking around.
Are the beasts dead?
So the two that crashed into the trolley are absolutely dead.
Good.
Again, these creatures aren't like that hardy, particularly when they're dragged out of the sky. Looking around, trying to figure out the best way to do this, because I'm not going to roll for all of the people. Maybe I'll just roll 1 dice for each of them, and we'll determine based on that. So let's see what happened to your team. Well, fuck me. All right, so Fallox Deathblower wrapped himself in the first murdered and eviscerated Eontos. So he bursts forth from it, and then he sees the other two dead ones, and he says, And he shoots a dart into each of them. He's like, "Killed them. I truly am the greatest hunter." The sort of like vaguely Arbites, Horatio Bogata, crawls out from under a bench, looking just like pretty fucking bruised. But he had sort of the same idea as the Inquisitor, just slightly worse, as is his way. So he gets up and like, you think his arm is pretty fucked, but like he manages to kind of like sling it into his like mess of Hawaiian shirts and armor, and kind of like quickly pulls out his sort of like short barrel shotgun, and kind of looks around to the rest of you. Heinrich is clearly dazed. He was tossed around like a rag doll. He seems to be kind of on his last legs. And Lyric, as you kind of approach him, he just looks up and like basically low fives you, which is really strange until you look down and you see how much blood is on your hands.
No.
And he just points and he says, "I told you, I saw blood on your hands." Then he shrugs and says, "Admittedly, Heinrich thought it was more of a murder blood. This is somehow worse." And then he just coughs up a bunch of blood and passes out.
Shit. Where's Dr. Cleaver?
The doctor, her leg has been destroyed in the crash. So she's in the process of basically just like hacking off the bottom part of her metallic leg. And it's clearly like a quite emotional moment for her, but given that she tends to express most of her emotion in rage, it really is just like, get this fucking garbage off of me so I can get back to work. Billick, unfortunately, went through the window and he's gone.
Oh, that decision's been made for us.
Bye, Billick.
So
I was gonna take him with us.
I was gonna say, you should update your dossier, Laura, to new detail. Fell screaming from the sky. ... Possibly not as useful.
Yeah.
All right, Lyric, can you bring Heinrich over to the doctor, please? And then Valentine will go over and he'll use his chainsword to just like help get through that metal leg to free the doctor up to look after Heinrich.
Okay, great. So with the two of you, it's easy enough. I mean, admittedly, again, it's destroyed, so it's really just a matter of like cutting away garbage.
Yeah.
And she kind of just nods to you, Valentine, and says, you know, they always say doctors make the worst patients, but thank you. I fucking hate this. And then she just crawls over to Heinrich and starts tending to him. You can see from the look of concern on her face that there's squishy parts where there were not squishy parts before. So though he is alive, he is not in good shape.
I'm now gonna level up this character until
you can hear
18 or 19, so I can quest with my friend who is that level.
And you also kind of took the least hit. Also, given kind of how badly your stealth attempt went earlier on this planet, you can actually hear the sounds of wildlife in that classic kind of jungle buzz. Granted, it is again like cold and snowy down here, so it's doesn't have that sort of.
I should get myself a wand.
It's not the same kind of cacophony you would hear in like really dense jungle, but there is enough that you can hear sort of a lot of things. Can you please roll me a cool check? This is presence and the cool score.
Okay. At what difficulty? Or just straight cool?
Difficulty 3, please.
Okay.
And you know what? Have you rolled yet?
I have.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay.
I was gonna give you guys a story point, but no, they're mine.
Sorry, I will wait next time.
No, it's all good. You're doing the right thing.
That's one threat is the net.
Okay.
You just yell, "Who is it?"
Just still screaming.
Yeah. I think you see all this, but then also you see Lyric like stalking over to Phalec's Deathblower, and I think you see how injured she is. Laura, how much of that damage did you actually end up taking?
4 of that.
4.
So I'm at 9.
Okay,
damage,
so like she's still
because I was
up.
at 5 to start. Yeah.
But I think it is like since you've had the revelation that Lyric is killable, things have changed kind of drastically for you, and the fact that she's already in this rough shape again. How do you think he feels about her sheltering him in the crash?
That's pretty standard protocol, I think. He always feels guilty about it, though. That's why when she's out bounty hunting, he's at home a lot of the time and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's a familiar position to be in, but it still feels like just as crummy to be like, this is my fault again.
Totally fair. Okay, cool. Valentine, what do you think you're doing? You've helped the doctor sort of amputate her cybernetic leg.
I think he'd be taking out his auspex to see if he could find anything in the local area, and can he figure out where the spaceport is from here?
Yeah, so you sort of meet back up with Vagata, who's basically on Overwatch at this point, just kind of with his shotgun, kind of just tracking. There's nothing to track, but like doing the like sweeping the jungle kind of piece. You do note that he does look like he has very few shells. This is clearly a legacy weapon that has been very carefully kept and very carefully meted out. So he only seems to have 4 shells, including whatever's in the chamber of the shotgun right now. But yeah, you approach him, and he kind of like looking around. He's like, the spaceport, it's that way, and he points. He just says, I made sure to track where it was going to be when we crashed Lord Inquisitor. I wanted to make sure that we were still able to serve the Emperor if we survived.
You have impressed me a great deal with this, Horatio. I believe you're a true servant of His Imperial Majesty, and it is a pleasure to stand alongside you. I mean, what a great day. Look at this. The clouds are skyey, we were attacked by monsters, and we almost died and lost our mechanic. I mean, what a great challenge he's laid out for us. I mean, the gifts just don't stop giving to the Emperor! All right, so how long will it take us to get to the spaceport, and do you think people could do it either with a stretcher or with only one leg?
It will likely take a couple hours on foot. The odds of... yeah, a stretcher would be fine, as long as enough people are carrying it. It does look like, particularly with kind of how well people like Deathblower and Lyric came through, you've got kind of the hardier people to be able to carry Heinrich. Everyone else looks like they'll likely be able to walk. The doctor will need someone to kind of like help her, but you know, her, given that she still has one leg, and that it wasn't an organic leg that was destroyed, it's not like she took a tremendous amount of wounds. It's just a tremendous like emotional blow and inconvenience to her, sort of creating a disability that she'd previously overcome with her tech. But no, it's entirely manageable. That said, you do get a ping on your auspice.
All right, what am I seeing? That would get his immediate attention, and he would abandon all other strategic thoughts to figure out what the fuck's happening.
Okay, so you make your way a little ways away from the tram, not very far, like not enough that it's like a stupid, like that's a scary noise, I'll go investigate. And Horatio is still kind of like limping along behind you with the shotgun up, and weirdly. Kind of like half grown into a tree, a fairly small tree, but half grown into a tree. You actually find a very primitive, very damaged, early auspice.
Interesting. Can I pull it out?
No, it looks like the tree has kind of grown around it. But Horatio comes up beside you and sort of says, that's been missing from the armor we recovered for some time. We must be near the site of the Arbiter's final battle with the Administratum.
Interesting. Horatio,
just gonna go to find my phone for an authenticator.
Lyric as well. Tell Phalanx to watch over the Doctor and Heinrich.
So he does that. He waves you guys over.
Friends, we seem to have uncovered the location of the Arbiter's final stand. Alto, can you get anything from this Auspex here? It might be able to give us more of a location. I know you have the ability to, shall we say, plug into things.
Yeah, I can try. And I'll walk over to this tree. I'll probably try to pull it out as well. Be like, oh, it's stuck, huh?
Hence the plug-in, my friend.
And I'll try to
PRB.
try to jack in if I can, or is that not possible the way it's stuck in the tree?
No, it is. I mean, this thing is like mangled, but it isn't like, it very much is like if you left a bike and a tree just kind of grew around it. There's enough that you can kind of like jimmy a connection. Plus, you have the tools to kind of like pry up a little corner and if you need to.
That's true.
So you manage to sort of access it, even though it is running on like a well depleted piece of tech. But incidentally, it's whatever it is, it was a hardy piece of tech. I think we'll say that it's got some degree of kind of like if you found like one of those like hardcore batteries that just literally runs at low level for as long as it physically can. So you're not able, now that you're jacked into it and feeding it power, you're able to kind of access some of the systems. Basic functions come back online, as well as an audio log that you're able to recover that plays in that way we joked about earlier with the Ave Maria thing, out of like a tinny broken ass speaker. But you hear the long dead voice of the original arbitrator who came to the planet, and he just says, well, this is rather more embarrassing than I'd intended, but it would seem that they grow their administrators a bit more tough down here. He's wounded me rather badly, but I did manage to chase him off, so he shouldn't be of any more threat to the garden. I do believe I'm dying, which is probably for the best given what they would do to me if they learned I failed. But he is too much for me. I think I'll leave this here and head back. No one needs to know what happened here. As far as they're concerned, I killed the fucker. We'll go with that. If you find this, you should probably run. And Horatio is like, well, this doesn't make any sense. He killed the administrator. That's how that went.
And then you just look over to Valentine and he points to Eugene and he's like, did you get that? And Eugene's head just like one eye blinks green. And he's like, all right, we're going to need that for later. Horatio didn't kill him.
And Horatio is again just like flabbergasted. And that's when both of the auspices begin to ping at the same rate in that classic horrible alien coming down the fucking vent system. But there's a problem. Because the dot that it's showing on the sweep is too large for any of the creatures you've seen so far. And that's when you hear a horrific booming roar that, if you just focus hard enough, almost seems to sound like, "Spared no expense." And that's when you see the trees begin to move as the Administratum comes for the trespassers.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Alto, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Lyric, and our Game Master, Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com, DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. We have merchandise available at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice. And most importantly, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator, and death to all the heretics.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christian Menicola, Long, the Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, DM Rob, Christopher Little, Olin Anderson, Sue 1, Devin Boyce, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Anthony Griffin, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Lyric, and Tyler Hewitt as Alto. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band are facing some kind of twisted administratum in the jungle. Alto
look
helped
for
hack a couple of those
flowers.
things. Lyric protected her brother at the cost of herself, and Valentine was impressed with Horatio Vegata's capability in the crisis. Can the band survive their deadliest foe yet? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
From the logs of Administratum Philos Tremaine. You know, there were a lot of sayings back when I was growing up. Lots of different things that people like to throw around as though it was somehow deep, somehow knowledgeable. But only one really stuck with me. And that was to always have a plan B. This is mine. So, our inquisitorial party
flowers
has just met Plan B. Which is coming tearing through the trees, casting snow and debris in either direction away from it. You are alarmed to see that the form sort of crashing towards you seems to be an odd amalgamation of the creatures you've met on this planet so far. It's running sort of centaur style on a long body with massive, clearly roided up legs of the sort of green tigers that attacked you earlier. You can see just sort of the jagged edges of Iantos' wings folded behind it. And it would seem that there's some other flora and fauna you just never encountered here that have been woven in as well. But amidst them, you can still kind of, if you just squint hard enough, make out a
I'm gonna
stretched,
take my time finding all the flowers so I can reach level 100.
Where a neck would have been at some point, with massive arms.
And I can continue on to Westfall.
And a variety of mechanical things kind of jutting out of it at odd angles. But the thing that stands out the most to you is that it's screaming and charging at you. So go ahead and roll me a initiative check, please. We'll be doing this off of cool because
and I'm not gonna go to the air show because
so this is just how fast you
the
react.
airplanes I want to see is like almost at the end.
Presence.
And
2 successes and 1
we're gonna have another birthday party here today, so
While Ryan's doing that, I'm remembering how to roll dice.
That's 3 successes, 1 advantage for.
but there's gonna be I think a bigger air show in Telemark that I can join instead later
Oh, okay, cool.
this year. That will also have Swedish jet fighters coming,
Success to advantage.
apparently.
Okie
Real
dokie.
Birkin vibes off of how you've described this guy's face. Like
It's only about 1.5 hour drive from here.
Putting down. You know, we share a pool of references.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, we're so lucky to get such a comprehensive tour of all the flora and fauna we missed in one big terrifying package.
This was designed to end the tour for anyone who got confused or distracted.
In summary,
Gift shops. It's like if you got off Space Mountain and they just ate you. Great. Okay, so Alto, top of the round is you. You see Administratum Tremaine come bursting, kind of barreling down towards you, and your mind.
That's really nice.
When you
Since the server is not filled to the brim.
And you were pounced in the first place.
You can actually loot stuff without having to kind of fight for it.
I think all the training that's been hammered into him, and I say training with air quotes because it's not like he's a trained fighter the way that Lyric is, but I think all the training that he was given and that was hammered into him by Lyric and Kel was like to run. So I think it immediately kicks in, and he runs, he like counts to 3 and like out loud is like 1, 2, 3 button hook, and he just like 180 raises weapon, fires shots, and is ready to like run again. Like okay. Anytime he feels threatened, he's been kind of trained like, you need to get out of there, you're not the tough one, your big sister is.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're going to say then that you book it back just in terms of range bands. If you'll recall, Genesis doesn't work in hard-to-find distances. It works in range bands. So you'll fall back to the crash site where the doctor is treating Heinrich as best she can. Phallox Deathblower is back there. And
what? Just 40%? It feels so damn slow. Must be the animation, and that's yeah.
If you'd like. So that will be, I believe, firearms and. Oh man, it's been
ranged
a while.
Heavy for me because I'm using my laser carbine.
Oh, great. Okay, so ranged heavy, and I believe the skill associated with that is.
Look at how!
Agility.
Look at
Great.
all the flowers just waiting to be picked up.
Still figuring out what the optimal arrangement of all these digital books is.
And should we figure out story points since it's the first roll of the session?
It's been a while.
Thanks, Tyler.
No problem.
So let me just roll my handy dice here and see what comes up. Oh, you lucky some bitches. That is 5 to you, 1 to me.
Oh, excellent.
Awesome.
Don't worry, we'll level that out real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to use one right now, actually.
Brace!
I don't have training in heavy ranged, so it's all green, so I'm going to take one of those story points to make 1 yellow, 3 greens.
Cool, man. That totally makes sense. So you got 1 yellow, 3 greens, and then in terms of difficulty, I'm going to say you're at long range, so that's 3 purple. However, one of the Administratum's abilities turns one of those into a red immediately.
Oh. What a dick.
I'm also going to need all 3 of you to please roll me a fear check. But Tyler will do that retroactively for you because you're already in the middle of putting your dice in.
Yeah, I'm already building a pool here.
Yeah.
I'm going to, believe it or not, add a purple to the difficulty pool to activate my auto fire on my weapon.
Okay, so sounds good.
Because you're auto firing, it makes it more challenging to make the shot. So 1 more purple die is added, but it gives me the chance to hit more than once as long as I have advantage to spend on it.
Great. And then Tyler, because you were running away, I'm going to go ahead and say that you, if you can add please 1 black.
Mm-hmm.
So setback. And then I think that's it from me. You're running away, but then you stop to turn and shoot. It's scary, but we'll deal with that in a second.
Actually, It doesn't make sense for me to try auto fire right now just because we don't have any advantage in the pool, and like the way the dice pool is shaping up, like I don't have dice to spare for hoping to get advantage. I need only successes, so I'm gonna bring that back down.
The other thing to remember, Tyler, is for not for this round, but for future rounds, is you can take up to 2 rounds to aim. Each round you aim, you add an additional boost dice. So it is a full maneuver, so we'll take your full action. But if you're like, I really want to nail this auto fire, particularly given that boost dice only really give you advantage, that might be worth it for like cool. Also, I think it would be safe to assume that this is a tactic Lyric would be aware of. So feeding him advantage spending your advantage to feed him boost dice is also a wise call.
Cool.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for me, Tyler. So you can go ahead and roll him bones. Yep.
Oh no. 1 advantage, 1 failure, 1 despair. 1 despair.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh shit.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to spend the despair to jack him up on his first round of strikes.
I made him angrier.
So you do have 1 point of advantage that you can spend.
I mean, I don't think I can spend it on anything. I'd like to pay it forward.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be my recommendation as well. You could also recover a strain if you felt so inclined.
I don't have any strain yet. I'm sure that'll change too.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. And you only had the 1, right?
1 advantage.
Yep. Well, shit. Okay. That would make sense. So you start spraying it with fire. We'll describe exactly what happens when we get to the boost dice, I think.
Yes.
But
you're looking for a fear check from all of us?
Yeah. So we're going to roll our, I believe, first collective fear check of the game.
Yeah.
It is a hard check, so that's 3 purple. I'm going to pull up the proper stats for you. This is what I was trying to get while narrating, which is never a great way to do things, but fuck it, we're doing it live. The rules.
Is this against discipline, I would imagine?
We're gonna find out, good sir.
Oh, I had fear in brackets beside cool.
We've played it either way, so we're just gonna let Tom confirm.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
Sorry, guys. I wrote down a lot of this, but clearly, as usual, with this game, not the actual thing I wanted. Okay, fears.
And with the Genesis Index, it's never been easier to find what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, the fucked up thing is I'm now literally using a search engine, and it's still not pulling it for me. So, one moment, because I pulled...
Tyler, what do you fear?
This guy, mainly right now.
It's not a bad way of doing it.
This giant...
Ryan?
Tremaniac
heights.
Ooh,
so I'm fine with this.
All right.
Okay, great.
Go ahead and use which ones? Sorry, did you guys throw out? I heard
discipline
presence and
cool.
Discipline and cool. Yeah, great. Let's do those then for now, and we'll
alrighty
sort it out later, I suppose. Good news is you can also spend advantage and all that good stuff in this. So we'll say that boost dice that Tyler just generated isn't available for this because this is technically happening before. I got to roll for Horatio.
The Inquisitor has 2 successes on his fear check.
Oh! 1 advantage, 4 failures.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Did I roll right?
4 failures.
Did I
yes,
roll
it's
right?
possible to roll that. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Also,
none of us you can definitely roll that.
None of us can tell you because we can't see it. Yeah. But I believe you. Okay, so Laura, can you give it to me one more time, please?
1 advantage, 4 failures. Fuck, I'm just...
Maybe I can...
Here at my character sheet.
Maybe I can help you here. I have 1 success, 1 advantage, and 1 triumph.
Yep, okay.
Nice.
Maybe?
And Ryan, what did you get?
2 successes for the Inquisitor.
Okie dokie. So... Tyler.
I'm just messing around with them. That the developers removed it or nerfed the tents quite heavily.
You can spend your triumph on an ability called Stand With Me. Any allied characters forced to make the check from the same source can add 1 to their check. You can pay for self-preservation, gain +1 defense until the end of the character's next turn. You can recover from mental trauma. You don't have any of that yet. Yeah, those are your general options. If you want to pull the blue, I would say Laura can roll that and then just add it to whatever else she got.
Against 4 failures, maybe just to mitigate.
Likely will not help her.
No.
4 to 3 will not mean she passes.
Yeah. That's the blue die is the stand with me trait. Did I hear that?
Stand with me adds 1 success, so she'd go from 4 failures to 3.
No.
I will just go downstairs. I need to make some breakfast. I can...
+1 defense to the end of your next turn.
I guess self-preservation just makes the most sense tactically.
He ran even better.
Okay, it's 14 minutes. Okay, I can just rewind later. You can choose to listen or just skip.
Immediate free maneuver that can exceed the 2 maneuver per turn limit.
I need to find a safe location.
If you wanted to run anywhere
Maybe
else,
here.
You could take an extra move.
I'll
Don't
run
know that benefits you, but you could.
Cover, so I'm not.
So
in the
yeah,
open
BRB.
environment. I'll go to tree cover.
Okay, I like that. Great, very good. So that's that. And then let me see what else we got. Okay, Laura.
Yo.
Okay, and so you said you had 4 failures. Is that correct?
Again, 4 failures, Tom.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing that to be. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I just need to know.
I also got 1 advantage. That means something.
1 advantage, Laura.
It means something. It
does. No, it is absolutely not nothing.
I'm just trying to advocate for my character.
I understand it. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Cool. So, what the?
Oh, I appreciate you back. Jeez.
Oh, no, it's cool.
Sorry.
It's cool.
That
Thank you.
It was a little delayed, wasn't it?
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out a thing, and I can't. So that's fine. So 4 failures. Jesus. I'm gonna say
I'm almost dead. To be clear.
Yeah.
I think this is more about fear check, right? So I think you're probably scared.
Yeah, you are frozen in terror. So you are immobilized and staggered during your next turn. I'm also going to say, because you got 4, you also have debilitating fear, which adds an additional setback dice to each action they take during the encounter.
All right, we'll just add a black die right there. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, after the ravaging you received at the claws of one of these creatures, seeing a weird hybrid monster is just bringing back some unfortunate memories.
To be clear, Lyric's fear reaction, like her face is just like a mask. It is stone. It is blank. There is nothing at all. It's literally just like paralyzed and staring blankly. She almost looks calm.
This is somewhat counterintuitive, but with your 1 advantage, you can buy yourself an adrenaline rush, which will add 1 blue to the next check you make. So it doesn't take away any of the bad things that just happened to you, but it at least gives you...
That's cool.
It offsets the bad for 1 round.
Mitigates some of it, at least for 1 turn.
Yep.
Awesome.
Dope.
Take it.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, in your head, Alto, you just hear Kel and Lyric always telling you to run because, like, don't worry, Lyric's got this. And then as you rush past her, she's just standing there, like, wide-eyed, very stoically, and not drawing her weapon, which is kind of what you've come to expect.
Yeah.
Which throws off your aim when you turn to shoot because, like, this is really fucking concerning. Cool. That brings us to Lyric, actually. Wah, 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 wah.
Staring.
So just staring.
Yep.
And
so this
terrified.
Immobilized and staggered doesn't mean you can't do anything.
Okay.
Let me just double check what staggered does. This is the first time we've had this particular effect. It might mean you can only do minor things, but let's find out.
Can I only do incidentals?
Seems like the right thing for this. So yes, let's go ahead and say that. And then if I
Well, no.
I found those fear rules I was looking for. Good for me. Good for me. Go ahead, Laura.
So I do have the talent of tumble, which is an active incidental.
Mm-hmm.
And once per round, I can suffer 2 strain to disengage from all engaged adversaries.
And is that an action?
It's an incidental.
All right. Well, then you might actually be all right. That does seem like the kind of thing you'll be able to do. Let me just double check.
Cool.
That's that Kel training kicking in for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when in doubt, tumble. Tumble like you've never tumbled before.
Does engaged refer to melee combat?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the question.
I mean, it's about to be, so
Nice.
If this guy started shooting anything, I'd be like, game over, man. He's got guns. Come on.
no, man.
I'm just like trying to figure out everything I can do.
No, I fully understand. Staggered. All right. You cannot perform actions, including downgrading actions to maneuvers. Most effects that stagger a character have a set thing. Character staggered multiple times, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that would mean that you can do that. However, you are also immobilized. If you're just staggered, I think you'd be fine. But I feel like immobilized, unfortunately, prevents it. But when this thing is on,
can I kind of like ready that for my next turn? Then,
yeah, absolutely.
Is that kind of something I can do? Like, I'll be
it's
ready
like
for it?
Yeah, it's literally your Sam Neill with that flare, just being like, get me, and then just getting ready to toss it until sweet Mr. Goldblum gets in there as well because he just wants to save those kids. Okay, wicked. Bring us to Valentine, who tied with Tremaine, but I figure I'll give you guys a break.
Alrighty. Well, one person is frozen in combat with no clue what's going on. The other person has run away. Behind them is an injured doctor, an unconscious person, and an idiot. Apparently, the only people who are going to stand and fight here are the Inquisitor and Horatio, who has like 4 bullets. So, when
Trust
in
me,
doubt,
he's going to use those.
when in doubt, do what the Emperor always does. Charge! And he just like activates his refractor field and fires up his chainsword. And he'll just yell back like, aim for the face! and charge in and try to chainsword Tremaine up close.
All right, great.
Nice.
So it's a melee attack, so it'll be 2 purple, but again, because of the effect of this guy, 1 purple, 1 red. I'm going to spend a story point to make those both red, given that it's your first charge, Adam. I feel like he's rushing at you as well, so there's a bit of heft there. He has defensive 2. You can see that he's clearly injected a variety of Xenos sort of genes and hormones into himself, and as a result, he's as the chainsword scrapes across his skin, it's kind of like a Killer Croc situation, just pretty hearty and hale. So the defensive 2 will add 2 black. I think I'll give you 1 blue. I think from knowing that you have a chance to inspire a faithful of the Emperor who isn't quite there yet. But this could potentially have quite an effect on Horatio. Not necessarily in the greater scheme of things, but like in the use those 4 bullets wisely piece. I think that's a safe bet. That's it on my end.
Cool. And I'll use a story point so that I can boost.
So we're at 4 and 2. Favor of you.
Alrighty. Let's see what happens as the Inquisitor in slow motion charges forward inside a winking refractor field.
It's a very Zack Snyder moment of 2 massive things leaping at each other in like 2D side scroller panel. Just whoa.
Yeah, a small man and a large monster.
Yeah, like Leonidas jumping at Zack Snyder's ego.
With a net result of 1 advantage.
Okay, all right. Well, it's not a failure.
He'll play that forward to, I think, Horatio, because if Horatio can get a shot off, then he'll just be trying to hold it there and keep it like above and directly out of line from right in front of him for people shooting.
Cool. That makes sense. You run up, you swing your chainsword mightily, and it hits the carapace armor of the Administratum. You feel the teeth of the sword just clack off the scales, and it's you've never fought Nids, right?
No, trained for them theoretically, but not
so
engaged.
it's what you'd imagined that might be like. In that, I don't think you fought much carapace armor in your time, aside from training servitors and all that fun shit.
All right, everyone, aim for the joints! He yells while it's like he's screaming and attacking. It's like he's kind of unfazed in a disturbing way.
Well, it's funny that you mention it screaming, because now that it's up close, it actually sort of out of this weird twisted jaw, you just hear, "Oh, good, one of the Emperor's faithful. Always so nice to have visitors. Tell me, did you enjoy my park? I used to have a smaller one full of fleas."
Well, I'll be honest, there were certain creatures who had a great... Like, it's just like swiping claws around.
100%.
I'll be honest, I met some of the creatures, rather impressed. Others seemed like they weren't really there. I'm surprised you made these choices design-wise, I'll say.
Yeah, it's just like the claws are like smashing the ground around you as you duck and dodge. Great. One moment as I pull up Horatio's stats here.
That was beautiful, Ryan. I loved your sword work.
Yeah,
thank you.
Very good. All right, so with that, Horatio, seeing his first chance to truly try and live up to the legacy of the arbitrator who came to Trent in the first place, looks down at his gun, looks up at the Inquisitor, and just says, "Well, he did say that in these cases the Emperor always says charge, so and he locks one of his precious 4 bullets into the chamber, lines up his shot, and fires. So I got to make my pool here. I've got an upgrade. I've got 1 purple. I got 1 red from the upgraded difficulty. I get 2 yellow and a green on my gun, which isn't bad at all. I get 1 blue from the Inquisitor. I'm going to say I get a black from having not really trained with this rifle, because when you only have that many shots, it's a lot of pew. It's just Laura Dern on the set of Last Jedi, you know? Cool. I think that's all the dice available, so off we go. Well, hey now. Howdy, sailor. So those knock each other out. 1 success and 1 triumph. Baby. So I am going to... What does it do? So it's got damage 8. I'm going to activate a crit. As he runs forward, the Inquisitor is engaged in both combat and conversation with the Administratum. And so with the words echoing in his head from Valentine to aim for the joints, as soon as one of the arms comes down, he just jams the combat rifle up against it and fires. There is a massive spray of a greenish blue blood that seems to hiss as it hits the snow around it. Some of it gets on him, and he kind of falls back screaming, sort of patting it off of himself. But the Administratum is now going to have an extra setback on his attacks from the up-close damage, and he also eats some shit because he got blasted. So let me see what his soak is here, and we'll go from there. Okay, so not the best, but also not the worst. Oh, that's going to be the worst, though. Okay, that's fine. So... He does take some damage as the joint is clearly injured, and so is he. Bringing us to... Oh, shit, Tremaine was supposed to go before he did. I just got too excited. So bringing us to Tremaine, who is locked in combat with the Inquisitor. He snarls at Horatio and just says, "Oh, you're wearing his armor. Didn't I already kill him?" And to your horror, you see that the flesh around the injury is already starting to regrow. And he is back up to full health. He is going to take a slash at you. Ryan, the best way to imagine this really is like one of those, like anything from Resident Evil fits, but it's kind of like the arms aren't like one of them's a scythe, one of them's a big smashy fist. There's like little tiny arms with claws and shit. So when I say like slashing and biting, it's not necessarily like ow, 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 from the middle of his chest like an idiot. It's like a variety of horrible things swinging from all directions.
Yeah, this is ongoing swordplay combat attacks at like lightning instinct speed. Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, and just a thing full of nightmares. Okay, so dice pool. Get 2 purple. I'm going to spend a story point to jack up one of my things. Ryan, I'm looking at my dice pool here. This is kind of against the spirit of the thing. I would highly recommend you spend
Well, I also have 4 melee defense, so you've got to add 4 setback dice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to spend a story point anyway, so I'll also
Good man.
Yeah, I think the way we'll do that story point is he's got an advantage because there is an arm missing now, so there's an opening in the creature.
Oh.
Maybe I can.
Doki till the end of the character's next turn.
Maybe just to mitigate
likely will not help her.
No.
I seem to have died.
Yeah. That's the blue die is the stand with me trait. Did I use that?
Stand with me adds 1 success, so she'd go from 4 failures to 3.
No. Okay. Stand with me adds 1 boost dice, so she'll be able to roll a boost dice to add it. You're thinking self-preservation, which would give you +1 defense.
So he didn't level up himself.
Preservation.
Lazy boy, he probably went
He ran even better.
off to play State of Decay 2.
Fight or flight, where you can perform an immediate free maneuver that can exceed the 2 maneuver per turn limit. So if you wanted to run anywhere else, you could take an extra move.
I'll
Don't
run
know that benefits you, but you could.
Cover, so I'm not in the open firing.
Okay.
I'll go to tree cover.
Okay,
Someone is actually watching on Kick. Hello.
And then,
Or is it the bot?
let me see what else we got? Okay, Laura.
Yo.
Okay. And sorry, you said you had 4 failures. Is that correct?
Again, 4 failures, Tom.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing that to be. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I just need to know.
I also got 1 advantage. That means something.
1 advantage, Laura.
It means something. It's
It
not.
does. No, it is. It is absolutely not nothing.
I'm just trying to advocate for my character.
I understand it. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Cool. So, what the?
Oh, I appreciate you back. Jeez.
Oh no, it's cool.
Sorry.
It's cool.
That
Thank you.
It was a little delayed, wasn't it?
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to figure out the thing, and I can't. So that's fine. So 4 failures. Jesus. I'm gonna say.
I'm almost dead, to be clear.
Yeah.
I think this is more about fear check, right? So I think you're probably scared.
Yeah, you are frozen in terror. So you are immobilized and staggered during your next turn. I'm also going to say, because you got 4, you also have debilitating fear, which adds an additional setback dice to each action they take during the encounter.
All right, we'll just add a black die right there. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, after the ravaging you received at the claws of one of these creatures, seeing a weird hybrid monster is just bringing back some unfortunate memories.
To be clear, Lyric's fear reaction, like her face is just like a mask. It is stone. It is blank. There is nothing at all. It's literally just like paralyzed and staring blankly. She almost looks calm.
This is somewhat counterintuitive, but with your 1 advantage, you can buy yourself an adrenaline rush, which will add 1 blue to the next check you make. So it doesn't take away any of the bad things that just happened to you, but it at least gives you...
That's cool.
It offsets the bad for 1 round.
Mitigates some of it, at least for 1 turn.
Yep.
Awesome.
Dope.
Take it.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, in your head, Alto, you just hear Kel and Lyric always telling you to run because, like, don't worry, Lyric's got this. And then as you rush past her, she's just standing there like wide-eyed, very stoically, and not drawing her weapon, which is kind of what you've come to expect. Which throws off your aim when you turn to shoot, because like this is really fucking concerning. Cool. That brings us to Lyric, actually. Wah, 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 wah.
Staring.
So just staring.
Yep.
And
so this
terrified.
Immobilized and staggered doesn't mean you can't do anything.
Okay.
Let me just double check what staggered does. This is the first time we've had this particular effect. It might mean you can only do minor things, but let's find out.
Can I only do incidentals?
Seems like the right thing for this. So yes, let's go ahead and say that, and then if I
well,
wolves walking around.
Good for me. Go ahead, Laura.
So I do have the talent of tumble, which is an active incidental.
Mm-hmm.
And once per round, I can suffer 2 strain to disengage from all engaged adversaries.
And is that an action?
It's an incidental.
All right. Well, then you might actually be all right. That does seem like the kind of thing you'll be able to do. Let me just double check.
Cool.
That's that Kel training kicking in for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when in doubt, tumble. Tumble like you've never tumbled before.
Does engaged refer to melee combat?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the question.
I mean, it's about to be, so
nice.
If this guy started shooting anything, I'd be like, game over, man. He's got guns. Come on.
No, man.
I'm just like trying to figure out everything I can do.
No, I fully understand.
I'm
staggered. All right. You can't perform actions, including downgrading actions to maneuvers. Most effects of the staggered character have a set thing. Character staggered multiple times. Blah blah blah. So yeah, that would mean that you can do that. However, you are also immobilized. If you're just staggered, I think you'd be fine. But I feel like immobilized, unfortunately, prevents it. But when this thing is on,
can I kind of like ready that for my next turn? Then
yeah, absolutely.
Is that kind of something I can do? Like
it's like it's literally your Sam Neill with that flare, just being like, get me, and then just getting ready to toss it until sweet Mr. Goldblum gets in there as well because he just wants to save those kids. Okay, wicked. Bring us to Valentine, who tied with Tremaine, but I figure I'll give you guys a break.
Alrighty. Well, one person is frozen in combat with no clue what's going on. The other person has run away. Behind them is an injured doctor, an unconscious person, and an idiot. Apparently, the only people who are going to stand and fight here are the Inquisitor and Horatio, who has like 4 bullets. So,
Trust me, he's going to use those.
When in doubt, do what the Emperor always does. Charge! And he just like activates his refractor field and fires up his chainsword. And he'll just yell back like, aim for the face! and charge in and try to chainsword Tremaine up close.
All right, great.
Nice.
So it's a melee attack, so it'll be 2 purple. But
signups are open for OctoWoW again.
1 purple, 1 red. I'm going to spend a story point to make those both.
That's
red,
early.
Given that it's your first charge, Adam, I feel like he's rushing at you as well, so there's a bit of heft there. He has defensive 2. You can see that he's clearly injected.
So yeah, if you want to join this server, now's the time to make an account.
Sort of genes and hormones into himself, and as a result, he's as the chainsword scrapes across his skin, it's kind of like a Killer Croc situation, just pretty hearty inhale. So the defensive 2 will add 2 black. I think. I'll give you 1 blue. I think from knowing that you have a chance to inspire a faithful of the Emperor who isn't quite there yet. But this could potentially have quite an effect on Horatio. Not necessarily in the greater scheme of things, but like in the use those 4 bullets wisely piece. I think that's a safe bet. Yeah, that's it on my end.
Cool. And I'll use a story point so that I can use.
So we're at 4 and 2. Favor of you.
Alrighty, let's see what happens as the Inquisitor in slow motion charges forward inside a winking refractor field.
It's a very Zack Snyder moment.
Yeah,
of
OctoWoW
massive things.
sign-ups are open, so go to our website and make an account if you want to play.
Yeah, a small man and a large monster.
Yeah, like Leonidas jumping at Zack Snyder's ego.
With a net result of 1 advantage.
Okay, all right, well, it's not a failure.
He'll play that forward to, I think, Horatio, because if Horatio can get a shot off, then he'll just be trying to hold it there and keep it like above and directly out of line from right in front of him for people shooting.
Cool, that makes sense. So yeah, you run up, you swing your chainsword mightily, and it hits the carapace armor of the Administratum. You feel the teeth of the sword just clack off the scales, and it's you've never fought Nids, right?
No, trained for them theoretically, but not
so
engaged.
It's what you'd imagined that might be like. In that I don't think you've fought much carapace armor in your time, aside from training servitors and all that fun shit.
All right, everyone, aim for the joints! He yells while it's like he's screaming and it's like he's kind of unfazed in a disturbing way.
Well, it's funny that you mention it screaming, because now that it's up close, it actually sort of out of this weird twisted jaw, you just hear, "Oh, good, one of the Emperor's faithful. Always so nice to have visitors. Tell me, did you enjoy my park? I used to have a smaller one full of fleas."
Well, I'll be honest, there were certain creatures who had a great... Like, it's just like swiping claws around.
100%.
I'll be honest, I met some of the creatures, rather impressed. Others seemed like they weren't really there. I'm surprised you made these choices design-wise, I'll say.
Yeah, it's just like the claws are like smashing the ground around you as you duck and dodge. Great. One moment as I pull up Horatio's stats here.
That was beautiful, Ryan. I loved your sword work.
Yeah,
thank you.
Very good. All right, so with that, Horatio, seeing his first chance to truly try and live up to the legacy of the arbitrator who came to Trent in the first place, looks down at his gun, looks up at the Inquisitor, and just says, "Well, he did say that in these cases the Emperor always says charge, so and he locks one of his precious 4 bullets into the chamber, lines up his shot, and fires. So
sign-ups are open on Octo. If you don't have an account, you can make it now.
I've got 1 purple, I got 1 red from the upgraded difficulty. I get 2 yellow and a green on my gun, which isn't bad at all.
I'm just running around gathering
Inquisitor. I'm gonna say
flowers and shit.
A black from having not really trained with this rifle, because when you only have that many shots, it's a lot of pew. It's just Laura Dern on the set of Last Jedi, you know. Cool. I think that's all the dice available. So off we go. Well, hey now. Howdy, sailor. So those knock each other out. 1 success and 1 triumph. Baby. So I am going to...
No, the sign-ups are not open permanently. They just opened up.
I'm going to activate a crit. As he runs forward.
But yesterday it was open for.
The Inquisitor is engaged in both combat and conversation with the Administratum, and so with the
9 hours. So yeah, that's almost permanent.
As soon as one of the arms comes down, he just jams the combat rifle up against it and fires. There is a massive spray of a greenish blue blood that seems to hiss as it hits the snow around it.
I just watched the Discord channel whenever they post.
Patting it off of himself. But the Administratum is now going to have an extra setback on his attacks from the up close damage, and he also.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's far away until they open up permanently.
So let me see what his soak is here, and we'll go from there. Okay, so not the best, but also not the worst. Oh, that's going to be the worst, though. Okay, that's fine. So he does take some damage as the joint is clearly injured, and so is he. Bringing us to oh shit, Tremaine was supposed to go before he did. I just got too excited. So bringing us to Tremaine, who is locked in combat with the Inquisitor. He snarls at Horatio and just says, "Oh, you're wearing his armor. Didn't I already kill him?"
Yeah, that's exactly my one of the favorite choices at the moment as well. No Chinese farmers running around all over the place.
He is going to take a slash at you. Ryan, the best way to imagine this really is like one of those, like anything from Resident Evil fits, but it's kind of like the arms aren't, like one of them's a scythe, one of them's a big smashy fist, there's like little tiny arms with claws and shit. So when I say like slashing and biting, it's not necessarily like from the middle of his chest like an idiot, it's like a variety of horrible things swinging from all directions.
Yeah, this is ongoing swordplay combat attacks at like lightning instinct speed. Yeah, I hear
yeah, and just a thing full of nightmares. Okay, so dice pool.
Flowers on the island.
I'm going to spend a story point to jack up one of my things. Ryan, I'm looking at my dice pool here. This is kind of against the spirit of the thing. I would highly recommend.
I'm almost level 15.
Well, I also
I don't think I get to water elemental until level 20, if I remember correctly.
I was going to spend a story point anyway, so I'll
That's gonna be
good man.
Nice
I think
addition.
the way we'll do that story point is he's got an advantage because there is an arm missing now, so there's an opening in the creature's defense that he's exploiting, forcing it to be more careful while it attacks.
Sure, love it.
Because nobody wants to take a chainsword between the not carapace part.
All right. Yeah, okay. So it swings down at you mightily. I'm not using the fancy app, so I actually have to count all these. Give me one moment, please.
What a loser.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sorry, Tom. I'm just like really annoyed at how hurt I am.
I understand. I understand.
On you
I'd be mad. I'd be mad at me too. It's good. All right. So that is 2 successes, but 6 threat, which is a weird fucking shakedown.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it though?
Yeah, I'm just running around gathering flowers.
Well, so yeah, because I'm rolling as a villain, so it's the equivalent of you guys rolling
advantage.
Yeah. So let me see how this all shakes out. This is very strange, and I very rarely have to roll for enemies that are more complex than like it stabs.
I choose to win.
Bold choice, man. All right, cool. Okie dokie, that'll do that then. Great. So, Ryan, in terms of what you can spend all that sweet stuff on, I may dictate some of this just because...
That's fine. There's a lot.
My jorb.
Yeah, Tom, I never mind. Dictate away.
Yeah,
I guess the signups will be open for at least a few hours again. Ooh, so many flowers.
I rolled a lot of this, so let's make
They're
this
all mine.
pretty jaunty. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna say that as it's
There are not so many copper ores, that's for sure.
You so we'll deal with damage first, and then we'll deal with spending this big trove. So Ryan, it is going to do 9 points of damage.
Cool.
So subtract
what happens when you go below 0, Tom?
On your wounds?
Yeah.
Did you include your soak?
Oh, okay. I'm barely alive. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. What is your soak, by the way?
My soak is 3.
Oh, man. That tight, huh?
Yep.
Well, I've got some good news for you, because I rolled a lot of threat. Despair? Whatever it is. The sad ones.
Despair.
No, despair is the triumph equivalent.
Yeah, despair is the balance of triumph. You rolled a lot of...
Despair's crit fail.
Threat.
Shut up, guys.
Great. So as this thing is like gnashing and gnawing at you, Valentine, I think you've
Holy
got
crap, that's a lot of flowers.
doing that classic like monster snapping fangs on you thing where you're just kind of forcing it back. As you do so, you are like cutting like fingers off of the tiny arms. There's like a leg that's kicking you in the face.
Yeah,
like,
I will try and
while a lot of
the power level and as much as I can.
Using your kind of combat
I should
wiles,
probably go back and start with brewing
these limbs
because
back
my
towards,
herb pouch is filled up.
and you watch as the acidic blood actually burns through the carapace. So we're gonna say 3 to knock out the carapace armor, and I'm gonna go ahead and say we've got 3 left to spend. I think it's either. Sorry, just need to check one thing on this motherfucker's stats here. Yeah, so it takes out the carapace armor. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the additional 3 knocks out the healing effect. So now that he's bleeding from a bunch of like micro cuts, it's not that the effect is gone. In that wouldn't really make any sense. It's more so that
Yeah, I can.
was originally written. He's
I
past
should
the
do
threshold
that.
of damage now, where the healing just wouldn't happen fast enough to matter. So all the little cuts are basically taking up all the time and energy.
No,
So
I
it's
do
really
have a
up
few
for-
add-ons,
So you got your
like-
ass kicked,
but
he's
not
hurting
sure
now, too.
why. Oh yeah,
which is something that hopefully
I do have. I'm using the
also
turtle
you can take advantage
PF
of.
quest thingy at least, and rested XP something, but
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante.
I think I had one of those before. I don't remember, and I thought I installed Bag Shui or something, but it doesn't seem to be working.
At EL Hamstring on Twitter as Lyric, and our game master Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter.
No, where did all the flowers go?
Edited
Oh,
and
here's
mixed
one.
by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar. JAHZZAR. Available at freemusicarchive.com.
He's
When it comes to Dum Dums and
34.
Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com.
I'm just leveling this character so I can level with my friend who is 19.
people/dumdumdice, and most importantly, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator.
And he's a blacksmith and then a miner, but there's feels like many.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to
There are
give a
more people
special
playing
thank you to
miner
the
or
beings of our
engineer
Patreon at this
and
time.
blacksmith,
Kristen Menicola,
so
Long, the Half
there are
Blind
less
Prophet,
nodes.
James Cuellar, DM Rob, Christopher Little, Olin Anderson, Sue 1, Devin Boyce, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Lord of Bradovic, Noel Louis, Anthony Griffin, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumb.
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine
nice.
Heresy. An actual play podcast.
So yeah, I should
the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000
as quickly as possible.
RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Lyric, and Tyler Hewitt as Alto. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band are battling the twisted former Administratum of Tren. Alto got into a firing position, Lyric was immobilized by terror, and Valentine and Horatio charged the monster, leaving Valentine almost dead. Will the Emperor be doomed because the band can't survive a death world? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
Excerpt from a dissertation by Philos Tremaine. But you see, the human body is a weak, vulnerable thing. We're truly no better than fleas, if you catch my drift. But think of the Xenos. Think of all the beauty, the majesty, the strength available in nature. Why, surely we should not turn our back on such a tremendous resource as the wiles and machines of man begin to fail.
But I should go back to the High Elf starting zone, because apparently there's a really good blue item you can get there if you get revered or honored.
Alto, you are staring peeking up and over some of the wreckage of the gondola that kind of crashed near a tree. So you've got sort of a tree and then like a waist-high wall of kind of twisted metal, still smoking and burning the snow away around it. You can see the Administratum Tremaine, just like the Tremainiac, as you called him recently, just fucking wailing on Valentine. And given the kind of harsh awakening of realizing that Lyric was squishy, it is perhaps not quite as horrible, but like in the ballpark that
well, no matter, it's still
like iron tank.
It's still good to do all the missions.
But again, this seems like Lyric is still frozen. Valentine's down. Horatio is kind of ducking and weaving and just firing.
I should probably have killed that wolf, because now
health point, like one wound left. Is he standing or is he down?
Standing. I mean, when I say down, I mean we just described him pounding on you with you having your sword up.
Heartily injured.
But sorry, down being like down but not out, champ. Not like he's down, he's unconscious and dead.
I feel like his injuries, if you want to know based on his armor, it's probably because he's got a breastplate but nothing underneath. So bite got stopped, bite went real deep in gut and just pouring blood down the front of his legs.
Oh, that's super gross. It's like the Mandalorian fighting that fucking like rhino monster where it's just like, I have armor. By the end of the fight, it's like, I had armor. It's hanging on, but it's everything around it is sad. Great. Lyric, or sorry, Alto, given that you are in cover, I'm going to give you a little extra insight, I think.
Wait a minute.
So looking around, you can see to your right, based on how far you fell back, is the, we'll arrange all this by north just so it's easiest. The combat is happening... it's actually happening west of you. I drew a map. It's stuck in my head. I'm going to fuck it up. So west of you is the combat. So Tremaine, Valentine. Between you and them is Lyric, who is still kind of in that range band, but isn't engaged in combat. Horatio at this point is like trying to find another perfect shot, and in the meantime just like taking stabs where he can with a combat knife. To your right is the main body of the gondola where the doctor and her team are. Looking at them, you notice two things. One, Heinrich looks like he's on the verge of waking up, but you can see that anytime he's kind of rolling back and forth in a bit of a
70, almost maxed out. I need to learn the next step of herbalism.
But treating him as efficiently and as quickly as you can. Every time he opens his eyes, it's like staring into a light bulb. There's just a pure white light emanating from them anytime he manages to struggle one of them open, and you think you can see.
Yes, the next step is 75 to 115 or something.
Of static electricity leap from kind of his flesh to his armor. And by armor, of course, I mean Hawaiian shirt, but like any metal he's got, there's just kind of like little lightning blasts. And his hair, such as it is, what's left of it, is starting to kind of stand on end. You also see Phalox.
Oh, is it 150? Okay.
Pulling at some of the wreckage. And you just hear him yelling, "Not my new fiance!" And he seems to be trying to uncouple something. What do you do?
He seems to be trying to uncouple something. Not my new fiance. So he's talking about Lyric.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's got a plan to save Lyric, that makes sense. I mean, from this range, I don't know how. Like, I think the shot like going wide is kind of. It feels like shooting it is not the best idea.
We'll also say with both.
Oh yeah, you're playing on the server as well. I didn't catch that when you said.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will.
Your higher level one had no competition with the nodes, but of course, yeah.
Says, "Oh yes, little brother.
That's cool.
My future wife and your sister are in dire peril. So, Phalox found the one thing he thinks can kill a creature that big. Too big for a blowpipe, but big enough for murder." And you see he's trying to uncouple a gas can, like a fuel cell.
A fuel cell? That's a fuel cell. What are you trying to do with that?
He turns and he just puts both of his hands on your shoulders and he says, "Little brother, in-law, let me explain the ways of the world to you. I would love to explain to you the ways of love and romance so that you can have many wives and families like me."
Alto's like leaning back and like looking at
there's like you just hear like the roar of a chainsword and like Horatio screaming.
For the first time, yeah, I've been having a paladin basically as a main since I started in 2005.
Yes, I want this because you see, sometimes things are too big for blow darts, and when that is the case, you take the thing most like a dart and you stuff it in their mouth and then you shoot it.
He's talking, and Alto's already like got the arm manipulator.
Yeah, he's like got his leg up and he's like pontificating, and he looks down and he's like, "Oh,
yeah.
Good. Mine!" And he just tears it out of your hands, and he begins running with it over his head at the Administratum.
We have communicators, right?
I believe so.
Yes, we have microbeats. Yes.
I mean, you the Inquisitorial party definitely does. Do you mean to the other?
No, I did mean just the party. Yeah. I immediately get on that thing and I say,
yeah, so hopefully this server will expand in size, and it's gonna be stable and nice in the future.
Seems like he's on kind of a suicide run, guys. Look out!
And it will get enough funding so it won't have issues.
If I can take any kind of action, I will look down the scope of my las carbine to kind of help me aim if I need to fire.
Seeing how much they have already gotten, I don't think that will be an issue though.
Fantastic. That will bring us to Lyric. You still have the disadvantage of being slightly spooked.
Yeah, but someone or a lot of people have said don't use the launcher functions because it breaks stuff.
In your ear, and also hearing that fucking
at the moment
Phalox death blower is coming anywhere near this fight with anything remotely explosive is tremendously concerning. And
yeah, the dev seems to be doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
And how they'll ruin this for everyone.
That's probably also why there are quite a few server restarts.
The monster fight is ahead of you. Phalox is still behind you. It's going to take him around to get up there. What do you do?
I think I first want to. So I'm not in close. I'm not like in.
I would give it to you for free if you wanted to step in. But no, you're not currently. Valentine charged forward, so he took the hit.
Okay, and Tremaine's on Valentine, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's like? Okay, then I think I want to. I think I want to just
Oh,
hold my
shit.
shock whip and just at least try to immobilize Tremaine if I can.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Because I can do that really quickly. And okay, fuck. You lied. Oh yeah, this is like actually shit that I'm skilled at finally. That's a good thing. Okay. What's my difficulty?
It's a melee attack, so 2 purple. Sorry, 1 purple, 1 red because of his special deal.
Oh, the dice system they're using, it sounds so overly complicated compared to the dice 20 system in Dungeons and Dragons.
He's big, so I'm also going to give you 1 boost because he's a very
Probably
target,
why it never got so popular.
Horatio. I'm going to spend a story point to up the difficulty.
Okay, where's Hogger? I have to watch out for him.
Which means that we're sitting at 4 and 2 in your favor.
Okay.
I guess I get Blink at level 16.
Yeah, and I
or is it 18?
Can I still use that?
I haven't played Mage a lot, so.
Yeah, you can't use it to negate mine.
Yeah.
But you can use it to boost yours.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that. All right. Yeah, I'll just use 1. So we're back down to 3 and 3. Okay, ready to roll.
Fuck yeah, let's dance.
Ooh, interesting. 2 successes, 1 triumph, and 1 threat. So 2 successes, so that's 10 stun damage.
Mm-hmm.
I lied. 9 stun damage. And he is immobilized for 2 rounds because of the snare.
That is very good.
Thingy.
So yeah, with that 18 or
said,
20.
I would like to then use my incidental of tumble to get the fuck
Probably
out
have to make some breakfast soon for my daughter.
I kind of think of it
right
like,
now I
I'm
can
like
hear
really,
she's
like,
playing on her
to
iPad
him,
with
and literally the
my cousin's daughter as well, probably.
of having to,
or they're talking to each other.
And like do kind of this like
so
super cool like roll back. And, like,
suddenly it's like, Daddy, make breakfast!
That's too straightforward. I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Because I want to get back to this like whatever the fuck Phalix is doing.
Yeah, cool. All right, so the whip smashes against him, and you see electricity just kind of like
oh, come on.
The body. It gives Valentine and Horatio a sort of a second to recover, which is great. You can see that Tremaine is having muscle spasms.
Let's see, is the sign up still open?
Grafted onto himself back in the day. Respond.
Yes, they are.
Less well, given that he's like a weird patchwork guy. So like the legs are failing.
Okay, one more. Come on.
Claw his way back up, but he's having some difficulty. Cool. That's a very good turn.
I guess I will go to Stormwind then to learn the next step.
Valentine, you're up. Horatio.
Or I should actually just level up first, I guess.
I do believe it's time to go.
Of course, Horatio, of course. And he'll just like disengage basically, and he'll back away. But rather than like moving towards
of course I didn't
the
level
crash
there.
site, he'll move laterally to the side, knowing that Phalix is coming with something he doesn't know what. And then he would like to blather, which is a special ability he has, which is where he can essentially blather and create a conversation that makes it harder for an enemy to detect the actions of your allies.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
He's going to back away and keep his chainsword in hand while the remains pinned. And he'll be like,
Is my voice
for this park, and so
of
is the Emperor, so
good level compared to the background audio?
Inquisitor Valentine's famous theme park, and I'll sell tickets, and I'll make it all my idea. Like,
well,
just
no.
It
was my beautiful dream. I came here. I cared for the animals. Hell, I even disrupted the Imperial supply lines.
Oh, you're right. I'll say that the Inquisitor, Administratum Tremaine showed up and said Xenos were weak and everyone should be human.
No, that's the opposite of what I was saying.
Shot him in his stupid ugly
face. No, but I survived.
So we have to
I put the Xenos genes to work. I'll also identify your fossils as you blathers at me.
An opposed deception check is the requirement of this.
Oh, wow. I was just going to let you have it. Okay. Fuck. So, deception equals... Let me just pull up my skills here.
Deception is cunning.
Cunning, all right. Interesting.
It's too far away.
I'll use a story point. I feel like I'm very distracting with this speech based on what I know of this man.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. I will not, because I'm a nice guy. Just want Laura to like me again. All right, let's roll.
I have 1 success, but 6 advantages.
Seriously?
Hey!
Well, son,
Yeah,
I got
that
4
butt's
success.
One
and
more
1
point in
advantage.
the alchemy or herbalist.
So you blather successfully.
After that, I can go crazy with the alchemy thingy, since I have so many flowers right now.
I'm going... 6 advantage is a lot of advantage. I'm going to spend it for you on a thing that I wasn't sure if it could happen, but based on that roll, I think it can. However, he is not distracted, or rather, he is.
Oh, come on!
Used to arguing with people.
Give me that last point.
You know,
we were talk fighting.
Sword fight with one hand while writing with the other, like it's his whole thing. Okay, fuck. I know how we're gonna play this. Great. Okay. So, as you say, as you engage him in a conversation about restructuring the park, which really does piss him off, Phalox is rushing forward, and you can see, like, from what you know of him and what you've been told about him, the odds of this being a suicide run are 0. Like, he clearly has no intent of dying. He's clearly going to stick this thing in Tremaine's face and then run away. However, given that Tremaine won the test, you realize that Tremaine is aware that Phalox is rushing him. So, Phalox gets within range. We're going to spend your 6 advantage to see if he actually makes it.
I can. Oops.
Here's the thing.
Well, I'm just going to get this.
I shoot the fuel cell.
I was going to say, the devil's bargain is...
100% shoot the fuel cell.
Great.
Fuck him. He's the worst. I'm an Inquisitor.
Okay, I will do that.
Great. So, as he rushes up, he's like, hang on, everyone. Just going to put this in here and then step to a safe distance. At which point the fuel cell erupts. It doesn't do as much damage as it could have if it was literally in Tremaine's, like, chest. But it's a big fucking fuel cell. Valentine, you are thrown backward with fire kind of crackling across your refractor field. There's a kind of a massive explosion and conflagration. You can see him moving inside the flames. Tremaine, obviously not Phalox. Phalox is still moving, but like in small.
I know of a few people around here that practice a profession or two. What profession do you have in mind?
Making several
Miss
people
Pomeroy
back at
gathers
home.
herbs for an alchemist who lives up in the hills between Northshire and Stormwind.
But
yeah, okay, that's good to know.
See if she'll show you the profession.
You realize that this is a good chance to break. Obviously, Tremaine is down but not out.
Thank you for sharing.
Whenever you have a chance to try and book it, now might be it. Horatio, as soon as you start to fall back, has his auspics out. And just kind of pings. Inquisitor, you've got the auspics right now, or Lyric does?
I think I had it, and then we had Alto plug into the one in the tree.
Might as well pick it up since I run past it.
Okay, great. So he basically airdrops you a nearby location. It would seem that on the old maps of the park, there's a sort of an emergency. There are a couple of sort of emergency stations set up, and there's one that's close-ish, not super close, but close-ish, that should have snowmobiles with heavy tracks that will help you get back up the mountain to the crash site. That said, Heinrich is currently unconscious, drifting in and out of it, having psyker problems. The doctor is missing a leg. What do you do?
So Heinrich still has his weird glowing eyes electricity thing going on?
Yep.
All right, friends. The Inquisitor is like standing
Just
normally, but he's
told everyone on X that signups are open.
A little bit, but he doesn't really jump into that. It's
Come
the same
join.
smile. There's just blood on his teeth, and he's like, "All right, friends. I'm afraid it's time for us to go get these snowmobiles, and there's going to be a long debate. So let's make this incredibly simple." And then he's just going to shoot
You've made a
Heinrich
good
in the
start,
head.
but you still
Oh,
have
that's the wrong guy.
learn, adventurer.
Out of control, second. Thank you. Doctor, you're coming with us, and then just scoop up the doctor.
Oh yeah.
And try to
Thank
get
you for
Ultra
watching,
to
Tetra.
serve arm.
See you around on the server.
Heinrich's head explodes.
How's your nick in the hair?
You've made a good start, but you still have a great deal to learn, adventurer.
Just as you blink, with the sound of the bolter fire, you see him standing in front of you in that sort of liminal space that you had when you were unconscious.
Pala damn son. No.
And he just kind of holds out a
Guess I
hand
can
to you and
add
says,
you
please.
on the
And
friends
then,
list.
As his head explodes, you see what seems to be kind of a thin purple line appear behind him. All this happens in a flash, but almost faster than you can perceive. About
You've made a good
10
start,
sets of
but you still have a
hands
great
shoot
deal to
out,
learn, adventurer.
grab him and pull him through the purple void. You see his body essentially invert as it's pulled through.
Empty
and as you
vial.
open your
Okay, I
eyes,
need
you see
the.
brain and blood splattered across.
Who
the
sells
behind
that?
him. You can still hear a lingering scream that he didn't make
Oh.
out loud.
All right, so Lyric and Alto, you get the doctor. Horatio,
There we go.
I could use a shoulder, my friend. Let's like throw an arm over him.
Sure.
Be like,
And the doctor's like, Why?
You've made a good start, but you still have a
unlike
great deal to
Saka,
learn,
This was always how
adventurer.
the story was going to end. We just didn't know how long it was going to take. So, Doctor,
Okay, I guess I need to go to a general store or something to get the vials.
Ryan, I need you to roll me, please, we're gonna go with streetwise. No, perception.
Okie dokie.
Lyric, can you roll me that? Or actually, sorry, Ryan. Belay that. Laura, can you go ahead and roll me perception? Tyler,
Thank you for stopping by and have a good night.
I'd probably just physically help her. Yeah, I
It is 10:14 in the AM here, so
Get the other shoulder. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I still have that one setback from the being afeared?
Yeah, because he's still like right there. Like
Yeah,
he
okay.
didn't. He's now on fire, so he's worse now.
I guess you live on the east side.
So what's my my difficulty?
Difficulty is 3.
Okay, who sells the stuff I need? Who has the stuff? I need the stuff.
Would you be paying attention to what's going on?
I stopped
Welcome to
looking
my
at,
inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you?
I am staring
Welcome to my inn, weary
daggers
traveler.
at
What can I do
Valentine.
for you?
Like I'm still moving, but like
Oh, okay.
I'm
then your
I'm
difficulty
literally
is 2.
I'm like, oh, my difficulty is 2. Yeah. No, I'm like so enraged by what just happened.
Lyric's gonna have
Literally-
a bad time.
The fucking only person that I wanted to take with. Okay. All right. 3 successes.
Okay. You see as and again, all this is happening concurrently in like a matter of seconds.
I might as well just stay here and get more arrested XP before I venture on.
Like hoists up the doctor and calls for Alto. You see that she is swinging the blade she was using to sort of do some quick surgeries on Heinrich towards the Inquisitor's guts. What do you do?
Can I go, I would like to go for the whip and like go for the gun with my whip and literally try to just like.
You mean the blade?
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's
the
just a
blade
shiv.
with. Okay. Yeah. And literally just like hit it and just like put it down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a melee attack, please.
Okay. Melee. Difficulty 2?
Yes. I'm going to spend a story point to make this sporting. So that brings us to 3 and 3. I'm going to say 1 black for the difficulty of the attack.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an additional setback.
No one wants to answer my question.
No, you're already afraid. That's I think that can cover all of the weird psychic shit that's happening.
Do you have to go all the way to Stormwind?
I'm also going to give you a blue because I feel like this kind of Indiana Jones shit is not new to you. Like this is, I think, a trick that you would have had experience. This specific, like disarming someone with a knife with your whip. That's like a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, this is like a classic move of mine for sure. Okay, good to roll.
Yeah, man.
Oh, 2 threats. Fuck.
Okay. Laura, what's the strain damage on your whip? The stun damage?
Stun damage. So damage is 7 strain.
Okay. Devil's bargain time. I will let you disarm the doctor, but due to that amount of threat...
Yeah, so max rested I can get now is 75%, it seems. So it's not a bug, which I first thought.
Made of metal and whirring bits, so unfortunately the electricity, as he goes to put his arm around her, it'll travel through her over to him. She'll also take half, which will likely render her much more pliable.
God. Oh God. I hate hurting Alto, but we have to fucking end this and move. So I think I have to end this now, and I'm gonna have to hit. Sorry, Alto.
So you manage to entangle her wrist as she kind of moves to shiv Valentine.
Okay, that's it, I guess.
Forces across her into Alto. Alto, go ahead and take 4 strain, please. I'm going to bypass any security you might normally have on that, since this was Devil's bargain and it must come with consequence. So yeah, 4 strain damage. Would I assume you would just view this as a thing that's happening, not as any form of betrayal, or?
I don't think he's fully aware of what's going on. If he's under her arm and he wasn't aware.
Trade supplies. That's the guy, probably.
Doesn't know where the electricity's coming from.
Valentine, you obviously turn and see this. The doctor is being electrocuted into unconsciousness right now.
I can't carry anymore.
Great, I'll let that play out.
Okay. So she becomes heavier weight.
Okay, let's see what I can make now.
How many of you are there? No, there's 3 plus ratio plus the doctor. So a total of 5 of you, R.I.P. Phalox, take off running in a classic Laura Dern limping in Jurassic Park kind of way towards the emergency shelter. And
I can't carry anymore. Okay, some more shit.
Howling rage of a very refined, silver-voiced British man, and finally, just on the wind, you hear his scorched vocal cords cry out, "I told them, and I'll tell you, you'll take this planet from my cold, dead hands. Me and them." And then he lets out a long, kind of almost sorrowful call, and you hear it echoed from a variety of creatures throughout the trees. And you see Horatio's eyes just kind of go wide, and he's like, "Oh fuck, we need to run now."
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Alto, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Lyric, and our Game Master, Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com, DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. We have merchandise available at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice. And most importantly, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator, and death to all the heretics.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christian Menicola, Long, the Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, DM Rob, Christopher Little, Olin Anderson, Sue 1, Devin Boyce, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Lord Abradovic, Noel Louis, Anthony Griffin, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the
I can
Genesis
send this to my paladin, I guess.
40,000 Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Lyric, and Tyler Hewitt as Alto. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band are fleeing the scene of their first battle with the Administratum. Valentine executed Heinrich after sacrificing Phalanx. Lyric saved Valentine from the vengeance of the Doctor, and Alto doesn't know what's going on. Can the band survive whatever Xenos allies the Administratum just summoned? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
From a redacted log of the Adeptus Arbites. Well, the arrogant motherfucker said we'd have to take it from his cold, dead hands. So, them's your orders.
What can I do for you?
Go put them down.
Light bless you.
You find yourselves in a small, ill-kept, almost ranger station. Think like a small garage, the door of which has just been booted open by Horatio. Behind you, you can hear the howls of Calops as they begin to descend on your location. You can hear the rustling of trees, the fall of footsteps, paws rather, as well as the lumbering mess of Tremaine as he begins to drag his way towards your location. All of you are in pretty bad shape. Alto, you haven't taken any damage, I don't think, aside from the fall, but you're in, like, bad shape about all of this.
Bit now. Yeah. And not handling the stress of, like, active combat as well as the more experienced fighters.
Yeah, totally. As soon as you burst into the small station, you immediately find a med kit, an old med kit. And are able to apply sort of just a temporary kind of like almost synth skin, like just a like plastic Band-Aid that isn't very good but good enough to Valentine, enough to let you recover one wound, Ryan. Okay. But it is a very temporary measure. This isn't proper medical aid. This is just keep your guts on the inside rather than the outside.
Yeah, you can't see them anymore, which is a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. Horatio is counting his remaining shells, both of them, in somewhat concern, as you load up these two snowmobiles. So basically, there are two of them. Each one can take up to 3 people, so you can figure out how you want to spread yourselves out. The goal is to make it kind of back up out of the valley towards the launch pad. You have mere moments to catch your breath and to do this. Let me know what your order is and what other preparations you want to make before you go.
Are there any like sleds for these these vehicles to like pull supplies or injured people?
Yep,
things
absolutely.
Like that? Might be good to I'll say this in character. It might be a good idea to strap Dr. Cleaver down into one of the medical sleds. I mean, it seems like she doesn't really want to ride with us right now, and she's also not fully conscious.
All right, well, why don't we put Horatio and the doctor in this second one, and then the three of us could take the first one? That seems like a logical course of events. We've got a sled. We've got these parts that we've brought with us to repair the ship. Perhaps we could put those in a sled. You know, that might be priority. We could strap the doctor down to a seat. Horatio, you get on that. Let's attach a sled over here and put the parts attached to ours.
Great.
Can I drive?
Oh, I was assuming so, young man.
I've never driven one of these before, and I'm like already like running my hands like over it and stuff like that, and like kind of figuring out how it works right away.
The Inquisitor will just put a hand on Lyric's shoulder and be like, he could do this, right? He told me he's never done this before. It's concerning.
He can drive anything.
All right, well, we'll take that then. Okay, let's get the equipment over here and tie down the doctor over there.
Great. So you quickly do that. Alto, these.
Okay, who should I send some potions to?
Standards.
I see like throttle. Oh, the tread is for better traction in the snow. The skis on the front. That's kind of smart. Like I've never seen snow before, so I was like, it's this weird, gushy, cold stuff that's everywhere. And like, so this like rides along the surface of it, and that's for traction. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, and just like that kind of shit.
Cool. I'm going to give you one boost to your first drive check on these, only because I think based on the way we've kind of talked about Alto's mind working, whereas some people would be like, oh shit, I don't really understand snow and I don't know what these pieces do. I think for him it's more like, oh, so I imagine this is how corners would handle. I'm curious to see how that works. And there's a genuine joy to it rather than like, oh god. Very good.
Lyric, if you don't mind me asking, you have a rifle and an auto pistol, and I believe Horatio has exactly 2 bullets left. Would you be willing to perhaps lend him one or the other so he could try to defend himself?
Yeah, and I take out my auto pistol and just shove it at Horatio.
He takes it and kind of weighs it in his hand. He says, a real Inquisitor's weapon. Thank you. I'll be sure to get this back to you in, I was going to say better shape than I found it, but that's impossible.
God, we're just wasting air. Let's fucking go.
Alto's like on. He's like revving the thing. He's like, yeah.
All right. So as you gun the engine, the 2 snowmobiles burst out. And please do remember, this is, of course, the grim darkness of the future where there was only war. So is there a skull in the headlight? You're fucking right there is. Why would that be there for a park ranger? Who cares? It's grimdark. Are there a couple of necessary spikes on the side? Fuck yeah. Why? Grimdark.
The whole front is the whole front part that like you pivot for driving a snowmobile is one big skull with like handlebars coming out the side, and like the ski comes out the nose and like goes into the snow.
It's like a 90s action figure accessory from when they were running low
Cobra snowmobile or whatever. G.I. Joe.
Yep. Great. So we'll say they're animal skulls just for continuity's sake. You burst out of the shed in kind of classic cool people escaping on snowmobiles, though, just like up off ramps, smash in a bunch of kind of wood and old plastic, I guess, would probably be what they were using. And you begin the climb upward. So basically what I'm going to need from you, Alto, is definitely a driving check. We're going to do our standard 3 checks to succeed. Don't roll them all at once, though, because there are different things that happen at each point. But this first check is, you have a little bit of a lead on Tremaine and presumably the rest of the planet. So this roll is to determine how much advantage you're able to take of that.
Okay.
Okay. The difficulty is 3 because you're dodging trees because it is a jungle, although it's covered in snow. However, it's only 3 because you're also driving uphill, so it's not like this is a fucking like breakneck, super speedy like Endor thing. It's still like at an alarming pace, but you can't build up enough speed for it to be, truly out of control.
Okay.
Is that in True Lies?
Yes, I'm 100% thinking about True Lies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, cool.
I didn't describe those things bursting out of a thing, and then there's also a couple Bonds that have done it, but really, True Lies is where it's at.
Yeah.
You got Tom Arnold in your ear for some reason, making my ex-girlfriend's grandmother hate me because I'm like, this movie's great. And then we started watching it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, super religious lady who doesn't watch movies.
Yeah.
I wasn't sorry for me because I got to watch it, but I was sorry about that. Cool. So, yeah, and then Tyler, you get the +1 blue for being excited about snow driving.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 1 setback because you have all of the parts from the Celestial Line still strapped to the back, along with Akri, who's been, like, I think offline for all of this, which is really a blessing for him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm ready to roll.
And you get to add your like mind link and stuff, right, Tyler? If you're plugging in.
Oh, thank you. Is it for driving? It might not be for driving. Let me just double check.
Also, story points sit at 3 and 3.
Well, I believe it is for driving, but up to you.
+1 blue to tech use or driving. Okay, cool.
Thank you. That's crazy.
Nice.
However, could you have known that, Ryan? Did you have some kind of hand in building, perhaps?
I may have assisted.
Well spotted, Ryan.
Yeah, may have
Ryan
had to assist twice because my PDF didn't save the first time.
You're just a human boost dice, brother. It's good. Just coming in for the save.
Okay, rolling. So that's 4 successes and 1 advantage. And I would like to use my driving ability, hand on the throttle. Once per round, increase or decrease speed by 1 to a minimum or maximum of the vehicle's top or speed or 0. So
Okay, great. All right,
I just want to press the advantage as much as we can.
Cool. So that's a tremendously successful roll. So you successfully make it to sort of the second bracket. Horatio's doing a pretty good job. He's obviously had a lot of experience driving these.
Okay, it seems I'm going to a dungeon now.
He's actually doing pretty well. He's not able to supercharge though. So as you begin to really kind of hit the groove of it, as you have your kind of Anakin Skywalker, like it's working moment. He's
pod racing. Yeah,
wizards.
Oh, man.
He's keeping pace, but not. He's not like side by side, but he's still there. Which is when, of course, the planet catches up. Lyric, you keep looking over your shoulder for the Callops, and you can see them just sort of in glimpses of green darting through the trees kind of on either side. And you can tell that they're getting closer. They are much faster than you guys are on these. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of getting ready. What do you think your defense strategy is? And Valentine, you can tell me what yours is too, given that you're both on the same car.
I've got my rifle out, my needle rifle. And it's just like, cause it's like a heavy weapon too, like it's a little bit stabler. So I'm kind of like twisted around and just like waiting. I've just got that targeter on, like freaking scanning shit, and the closest thing I see, I'm gonna hit.
Do you want to be sitting on the back, like facing backwards?
Yeah.
That's great.
Valentine to be in the middle, refractor field up, bolt pistol in hand. He hasn't relayed this to anyone because he doesn't think his new friends are ruthless enough. They seem to get emotional about Heinrich, and that's a red flag. He basically considers Horatio and the doctor to be an expendable distraction, so he'll shoot anybody that comes at this one, but he's not so much worried about what happens to the rear snowmobile.
Gathered from when you took all the series regulars and put them on one vehicle, and then took all the weekly guest stars and new red shirts that apparently worked on the lower deck that we just never met before on the other one. Great. So, Lyric, you're observing all of these. You're getting ready. You've got that classic like Predator like red dot against green tracker piece. And then just, again, years of paranoia and fistfights and being ambushed click in, and you look up, and you see Iontos beginning to descend at a much faster rate than the Calops. So go ahead and roll a ranged attack, please, as the not pterodactyls with their fucking gross snake heads come hissing down from the skies.
Okay. All right. So what am I rolling?
2 purple. Yeah, because they're flying directly at you.
Okay.
So they're technically at a further range band, but the bullet will meet them halfway.
Okay, we're good?
Yep.
All right. 2 successes and 1 advantage. So, that's going to be 8 damage.
Don't remember if I have the flight path to Ironforge on this character.
So, when the weapon damages, because it's toxic, because I'm using my needle rifle, I've got like a paralytic. So when weapon damages a target and bypasses soak, the target is forced to roll a resilience check with a difficulty equal to the weapon's toxic rating, which is 5.
Oh. Cool. So you kill the one you hit, but I'll say that can carry over to the other one that was coming in alongside it.
Yes.
These great beasts know paths that you can't find on foot.
So
They'll get you there.
I do not.
Maybe show you something new at the same time.
Yeah.
Great. Sorry. Because of the way these sheets are stacked, I have access to half the information I need at any given time. So my difficulty is 5, huh?
Yeah. I don't have a lot of like ammo with this rifle, but fuck, I love it.
I don't always shoot birds, but when I do, I use Dos Equis. Oh, wow. Interesting.
Okay, so
Okay.
each uncancelled failure inflicts 1 wound, ignoring soak, and every 2 threat inflicts 1 point of strain.
I need to take
That's very good
the
news for you, because I got 4
train
successes
thingy
and 1
to
failure. So technically I have 3 successes, which means I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Ironforge.
Yeah, except I also have 4, 6, 7 threat. So given that these are pterodactyl snakes, I'm feeling like that amount of strain is enough to knock you out.
That dinosaur complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
Mother never loved me.
yeah, one explodes and the other one is just like, but who am I really? Yeah, just as a
stops flapping and looks at its hands and just descends.
These look like my mother's hands, and one day they shall look like my grandmother's hands. But whose hands up? And then it like hits a tree and crashes through the brush. You actually see a couple of Calops leap onto it and start to tear it apart, thus ending its existential crisis on a bleak note. Nature, goulet. Cool. So, great. That was good. Good work. High fives all around. You can see kind of behind you the sort of like smoking fiery mass is like not
okay,
but is closer than you'd like. And you can see that as it's kind of bounding. It's odd because it seems to almost be like missing a step every few steps, and almost like it's hitting itself.
Maybe I need to restart and delete the WDB folder.
Cool. That'll bring us to that was the threat of that round. So Lyric, we're back to you. Or sorry, Alto, we're back to you on the driving. Go ahead, please, sir. Difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 successes, 2 threats.
Okay, great. So you make it into the next band. However, creatures are starting to come in from all sides. I'm going to give Valentine.
Yeah, it worked. Nice.
Next, since Lyric went last time, I'm going to carry. You said 2 threats, Tyler.
Yep.
I'm going to carry those 2 threats over to 2 setback dice to you, sir. In that there are so many. It's a target-rich environment, which is dope. If you have a weapon that isn't a pistol, which admittedly can fire pretty quick, but too many targets, just too many cooks.
Great.
Bring
what's
us
the challenge? Difficulty on this? Sorry.
Nothing yet. I'm just saying that's the holdover from Tyler's roll. Alto, you can tell, you can sort of see the ridge approaching. Unfortunately, because you are closer to what was at one point the spaceport, there's actually a lot more debris up here from the plateau that was cleared, as well as takeoffs and landings. So the woods are getting more dense. It's getting less easy to, like, the jungle is denser. And of course, since it was once lush, now you're looking at like frozen trees and shit that's kind of blocking your way. So far it hasn't directly prevented your speed, but it's getting damn close. Valentine, the Callops have caught up. The Iontos seem to have been held off for a moment, but the 6-legged tigers are coming in from all sides. What do you do?
I shoot them. I shoot them, and I sing a song to the Emperor.
Great.
It's coming out the glory of the Emperor. The glory of the Emperor. He can't get all the words out because it's also like it's a snowmobile, so he's just glory of the Emperor-ing a lot, and then he'll take his shots.
All right, sounds good.
Alrighty,
so 2 purple. Story point wise, we're still at 3 and 3.
Yeah, I'm definitely using one.
Thought you might. So that brings us to 2 and 4 in my favor. Definitely setback dice for the bumpy ride. Plus the 2 from the hangover from Tyler's roll. I will give you 1 boost because some of them got distracted by the Iontos that Lyric dropped, so there's just less than there would have been.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Cool. I do have a tempered will, which means I can remove 1 black die from the disoriented condition. Would that affect this?
Strictly speaking, no, but that's probably just because I didn't know disorient was a thing. So yes, I'll take it. Yeah, no, this seems like the right application for that.
Cool. Oh shit! 3 successes, a triumph, and a threat.
Ooh.
The Wildhammer dwarves might have fast steeds,
what is
but
the
can
damage on
those
your
airy peaked
pistol?
griffins stand the heat of the Great Forge? 10. I think not.
Fuck me. All right. So yeah, you just start like blasting away on either side. Okay, with your triumph and the threat, Tremaine is closing in faster. You can hear the beating of his wings, and he seems to be using them not to fly because his bulk is a bit too big for that, but to kind of propel himself forward as he claws. So basically, every time he pulls himself, he's able to like kind of give himself a little wingy blast up ahead. Also, he's trying to fly.
I don't think I've ever been to Frostmain Hollows.
He's likely going to be on you next round. But with your triumph, I will say you can shoot out the treads on the other vehicle.
Done. He'll make it look like an accident and like a spray across, but he'll definitely shoot at the other vehicle and eat.
So as the treads kind of spin, burst and spin off, the vehicle like does that thing that only truly snowmobiles do. It just fucking flips. It throws Horatio off into kind of a puff of snow. You see the doctor's sled kind of flip up and crash face down. He stands and he says, "I'm right behind you. Just slow down for a second. I'm coming right away. Just let me get the doctor."
Alto will start to slow down.
And the Inquisitor will just yell at you, like, "Nope, we're still going. Speed up."
And I think he can't talk to Lyric right now because she's like a person away. He's like, okay, and he guns it.
And just as you zip away, you just hear Horatio say, Huh. So I guess the Emperor's love was a lie after all. And then you just see him turn and like just raise both his combat shotgun in one hand and Lyric's pistol in the other. And it's just a classic like man versus shark moment of him just like firing the two shots, emptying the pistol, and then just kind of looking up in horror as the Tremaniac rules over him. And you just, Lyric, particularly down the scope, you just see like Tremaine's face bite off Horatio's head. He spits it out and says, so that's what they taste like. Terrible. Yeah, he stops for a moment to just pound Horatio's body into mush. You watch your pistol get shattered.
And I'm like, I've still got my rifle up because I'm still ready to shoot. I'm not going to put it down.
I'll let you take a free shot on this. This is a pretty meaty distraction.
As I yell at Valentine, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'll give a shot.
Okay, go ahead. So you're at mid-range for that gun. So that's 3 purple.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a story point to keep it sporting, so that's 3 and 3 currently available. So upgrade one of those to a red, a second one to a red because he's a villain.
Okay. I'll spend a story point to upgrade one of my greens.
2 and 4 in my favor. I'm going to give you a boost for being livid.
Cool.
I think you kill better when you're angry.
Yeah.
I will, however, give you a setback because at this point, based on what you've learned of Tremaine, you're probably going to have to shoot him in the head, and unfortunately that head is constantly ducking down to rip chunks off of his, not his actual old nemesis, but like the person he still considers just the entire Adeptus Arbites and the Imperium is what he's chewing on right now. And yeah, I think that's it.
Let's fucking see how this goes. Huh. Okay. 2 advantages, 1 triumph, and 2 failures.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say, based on your failures, that this doesn't do damage. It's more of a, you manage, like you fire the shot, you miss his face, but you do put it through his wing.
I can teach you fishing skills.
He's got 3, so like it's not like he's out, but it's enough to blast a chunk off of him. And we'll say that the failure means you don't actually manage to do any damage, but the triumph gets you up and over the final bump. It buys Alto the time he needs to kind of maneuver around these admittedly slow slalom type pieces, as obviously you and Valentine narratively are still like pumping ammo into the animals that are attacking you, but we'll say that triumph gets you up to the ridge.
Cool.
So you Alto, after maneuvering around just a hellish maze of frozen trees, you see sunlight.
Eric.
And, you see the sky.
Oh, hello.
While, as you pull up on top of the plateau.
How's it going?
Fine. I'm just playing OctoWoW and streaming.
An old rusty metal fence. That
I've been playing PoE too because the new league came out.
Double-headed eagle, warning people that this is, Imperium property and treat it nice, or the Emperor.
I'll start playing OctoWoW again soon.
You can see there's
yeah, I've never got started with PoE yet, so.
For this element, it's part of the station.
Okay, it's just the new league just started. That's why it's a good time to start.
Basically, there's like the actual you landed,
new
go
season.
in, customs, check everything out, then you can get on the gondolas and go to the park.
I haven't even checked out storyline if it's good or not.
Because there's no tree cover up here, it has mostly collapsed.
It's a pretty popular game.
Gone. But you do see, sorry, I called it the celestial line earlier. You see the astral line.
I'm wondering what
more about me. Have you thought about
the sunlight,
us coming to visit Norway more?
But
I can double check that.
tail fins sticking.
Because
up
my
and
parents
out
are going to
of,
be in Finland,
snow,
like, let's
where
say,
the Arbites vehicle is. From the description you got,
June
it's
25th to like July 25th.
It's sort of like
a month.
it's a bit bigger than sort of a standard gun cutter. Which
So
are,
from the end of June to like the end of July.
Helicopters.
Yeah, June 25th.
Yeah, to like June 20th or so, July 20th.
This vehicle is clearly built for warp.
So anytime then, we could drive from Finland to Norway.
Okay.
Kind of like the one story, but it's got a
haven't played it, but
yeah, I can see how it goes with my vacation as well. I just have to double check the dates.
Yeah, it's got a cargo bay.
Yeah.
It's got seats.
And I mean,
like
if we have to pay something to use one of your cabins, we can.
So like not
sedan of jets.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can figure something out. It would just be nice to drive there and see
mountains and stuff. To go do a thing. It's not what an
the mountain cabin is about 700 meters or something.
It's got some heft. It's got weapons, and most importantly, it's got a warp drive. Now it's in bad shape.
But yeah, talk to your wife and think about it.
Piled under snow.
Yeah.
But it's certainly.
But I haven't. Just have to double check the dates. It should be fairly easy to.
Please do imagine the most like Hideo Kojima end of Snake Eater like random camera angles of this that are super cool to watch. But you as the you kind of come up and over the ridge, smash through the fence, and you're basically just like cutting across the airfield as fast as you can. Behind you, there's the massissive beating of wings.
Yeah, because then we could drive from Finland and drive
increasingly
there,
rough-looking
spend a couple days
terrain
there.
And a bunch of Yontos, Calops, and also, very alarmingly, large, vaguely reptilian gorilla monsters. They're called Sleems. It's how he got his chest armor.
Where are you streaming?
But they're here
YouTube.
Come bounding up and
Not
over
Discord,
the ridge. So
I can turn it on.
Hell descending upon you as you burn hard for the ship. You come kind of skidding up, and the three of you immediately like leap off and start moving the supplies.
Yeah, I was gonna try joining a new dungeon now, but the group fell apart.
It was taken out of the duffel bag, and started to integrate him into systems.
I haven't done many dungeons. I just keep killing stuff for XP instead.
Cargo entrance and
right.
Alto,
I decided to go Horde this time to try it out for the first time.
To see if you're able to get this fucking thing
back
on, or whether you have to strong arm it.
But I mean, I'm in Germany right now, so I'm not playing much.
It makes sounds like a DM drinking.
Yeah. You get to add for Mecha.
I actually have my thesis presentation in a week, so.
+2 blue
oh,
for tech use
so I have to go back to Finland.
And always
no, I'm gonna do it remotely.
Oh, you can do that. Okay.
I'm gonna say there's no plug-in value on this one because the
I just have
to
get the presentation ready and prepare
so
stuff and
practice.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're still outside trying to get in. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
What kind of degree is that when you...
And say this is a...
Masters in Cybersecurity.
Oh.
I'm actually just going to say 3 purple, because I think even though it's in
that sounds exciting.
Snowed in, it's a sealed
yeah, that sounds exciting, because you can work...
especially if it's old, solo,
I guess a lot of places.
Yeah, it'd be pretty boxy, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I specialize in Microsoft, so a lot of companies use Microsoft.
In my favor, so you have 2 available.
Okay, I know I want to use 1 for a specific thing, but we're not there yet, so I won't use
It'll
any
be
yet.
Good.
I'm gonna roll. Okay. 5 successes.
All right, man. I just want to. We're about to eat.
Fair
just
enough.
wanted to pop in and say hi because I saw you.
You managed to kickstart the engine. I think just
I can talk to you later and check out the dates.
Biometric power.
Yeah.
However, that
we're gonna go
works
eat
to
now.
awaken the machine spirit within this vehicle.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Airlock,
Yeah. See you later.
Kind of creaks open,
See ya.
and there's kind of like that little dusting of snow that falls off as the hatch opens, and you're all able to quickly pile inside. The good news is the vehicle has clearly been sealed for this entire time. It smells fucking stale as hell in here, but that's actually a very good sign because it means that it has survived against the elements. So the interior is like a Quinjet, but I don't want you to think this is some kind of sexy thing on the outside. This thing looks like a dumpster with wings. But to Ryan's point, old tech, well-built, sturdy motherfucker. Alto, looking around, you can tell that the internal systems were once very, very fine. It's like something that's been in someone's kitchen for like 3 generations. It's a well-built thing, but it is on its last legs. And the warp drive in particular, even just from taking a quick look, it's in a degraded state. It'll likely get you out of this system and to another one, but the odds of being able to do multiple jumps with this are very, very low.
Okay.
Plus, you've never worked with warp tech before, so like maybe not. Maybe something you can.
All I know so far is warp seems to be a 4-letter word in the Imperium.
Yeah.
Like, is it bad that this has it? Like, not really sure.
And I think honestly, from eyeballing it, even though you don't have any experience with how the warp energies work, I think based on kind of your tech knowledge, you'd be able to ascertain like, oh, I don't know what the fuck that is, but that's the power thing. Okay, and it's plugged to this thing. Oh, all right, well then this probably is this, and okay, well if that's true, then blah 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 blah. Yeah. But yeah, it's not like warp engineering happened today.
Alto, I'm tremendously thrilled that you're learning about warp technology right now, but we really need to get this off the ground and away from the monsters, if you could, please.
Okay, I'm gonna need a minute.
Okay, well, we might not have a minute.
Sure,
I'm gonna need you to give me one.
So here's the catch to repairing the ship. You have Acri, who can help once he's plugged in. Mm-hmm. You have a bunch of replacement pieces from the Astro line, the Emperor's Hope that you crashed, Emperor's Dream, Emperor's Wish, whatever it was.
It was Hope. Emperor's Hope.
Great. That burnt up. So you need to install those. You need to install Acri, and then you need to take off. Alto, you can do some of this, but you can't do all of it. So you need to pick an engineer who will assist you in this, while the other person holds off the bad things. Basically, it just means either Lyric or Valentine will have to miss 1 round of combat, and then they'll be able to rejoin.
I think Lyric has helped Alto with this kind of stuff before.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I would be right in there.
Great.
I do think it's a thing of that, like, dad meme of, like, are you winning, son? Like, she doesn't know what I'm up to. This is kind of like trying to be like I need hands, hold these.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally what it is. Like, I totally trust you to be like, to tell me exactly what I need to do, and I do it without question.
Give me pointy wrench. Pointy wrench.
Smaller.
Cool.
Yeah. I got the right pointy wrench the first time, to be clear.
Right. So, Valentine, would you stay to assist anyway, or would you go and try and hold off the horde?
He'd go and he'd probably go try to plug Acri into the cockpit because he's so fucking injured that he'd just get killed.
Yep, fair enough. Okay, so Tyler, I need tech use from you. Ryan, I also need tech use from you. Laura, we're going to say that rather than actually rolling a check, you're just going to add boost dice to both Valentine and Alto as you literally just hand people things, sort things out, like unback. Because honestly, you've been lugging this shit around, so even just having someone lay everything out, rather than being like, wait, we need those one set of IKEA screws that are under the box. What a specific example that clearly has never happened to me. Cool. We're gonna say 3 purple across the board.
Okay.
Ryan, this is partially. Actually, you have never done this, Ryan. At the same time, you did build your little buddy. Who? I'm sorry. What's his name?
Eugene.
Eugene, right? So you built Eugene. So you have some servitor understanding, but this is a hot wire job. Like you're not not meant to be a fucking dude plugged into this. And then Alto, you're Alto, so you know what's up.
Yeah.
So 3 purple, each of you gets a blue from Lyric. Because no one is defending the ship, I'm going to give you each 2 setback, which is from things pummeling the outside. I'll also say the hatch is still down, so like, meh. Currently, in terms of story points, we're sitting at 2 and 4. I'm going to spend 2, 1 for each of your checks. So we're now sitting at 4 and 2 in favor of you. But that will turn 1 purple into a red on each of your checks. And I think that's it for me.
Okay. All right, I'm ready to roll.
The Inquisitor gets 1 success and 3 threat.
Oh man. Well, I guess it net gain 1 success, 2 advantages.
Okay.
I would like to spend a story point. Oh, sorry. It's so I've got a couple things to break down. Sorry. One of them being that I have an ability called Resourceful Mechanic. On a tech use check to repair a vehicle, repair 1 additional system strain or hull trauma per rank. I have 1 rank in it, so I think I'll apply it to like hull trauma in terms of putting pieces where they need to be.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. Great.
I would like to use a story.
Well guys, I'm gonna turn off the stream now. I need to get some breakfast. It's already 11:05 here in the morning, so I will see you guys later tonight. Have a nice day. The sun is shining here already and it's gonna be around 22 Celsius outside, so it's gonna be a lovely day.
story point for determined. It's an ability called Determined Driver. Spend a story point, heals system strain on a vehicle equal to ranks in driving. I'd like to, if I may, equate this to basically doing patching a software update on this old vehicle, being like, I need this to operate on my terms, and just like get it to like operate faster and more efficiently in the software. So I have 4 points in driving. So that's 4 system strain healed on the software of this vehicle.
Great. Yeah, so I think as you plug Acri in and like all that starts to gear up, you're able to feed him what you need for the basically, so you don't need to sit there and do the actual coding. Yeah. But you ship him what you need, he starts to implement it, and slowly you can feel the systems come to life under your hands. I was going to make you roll a couple more rounds of that, but realistically, you've just fixed a ton of strain, and I think it's fair to say that you've got the ship back up and running. So the systems are booting up. The weapons are on a low charge. They're just starting to boot up. And with a groan, the ship begins to elevate, casting off kind of the snow as it's pummeled by Iontos. Lyric and Valentine, you are kind of, as the back hatch is coming up in classic kind of like every fucking video game where you're a soldier ever, shooting out the back door as the thing comes up.
It's the end of every Firefly episode.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And as You Can't Take the Sky From Me starts playing under the roar of the engines, the ship begins to rise. So Tremaine is almost upon you, and with his wingspan, he kind of leaps massively, and you feel him grab the back of the ship. You're still going up, but he's kind of coming with you. Valentine, would you be manning the ship's guns with Lyric shooting out the back, or would you be shooting out the back and Lyric would be on the ship's guns? I feel like, Lyric, you don't really know ship's guns so well.
No, yeah, I feel like if somebody other than Alto is doing it, it'd probably be Valentine. Yeah, he'd just have more generic familiarity with systems from his like Scala Progenium training.
Yeah. So can you roll me a perception check, please? Difficulty 2.
Three successes and 1 advantage.
Fuck yeah, man, that's my kind of roll. So Valentine, you haven't had much real life. Well, actually, that's not true. You have had a decent amount of real life experience with close calls with death. Both the accident that led to some minor rebuilding, to the ship you were on being torn apart in the warp. To the Emperor's Hope being torn apart by Tokyo drifting too hard. So if there's something that you've gained from all of these experiences, sometimes it's bionic eyes, sometimes it's a weird robot companion, and sometimes it's the ability to recognize an opportunity when it presents. You've recently learned that ships make pretty good weapons, and there is a beautiful, tall, gleaming example of this just off to the right of your ship as you begin to take off. You see one of the remaining vessels of the Astral Line, a massive, tall tower of a ship just kind of hanging out. Based on the charge of the weapons, you can probably fire them once. What do you do?
I shoot the Astral Line ship so that it blow up.
So you want to detonate it? You want to crash it? What's the plan? Basically, you can try and aim for a fuel line. You can try and just aim to knock it over. What's your game?
I think fuel line. Like, if he can blow it in a way that'll just torch Tremaine, that makes the most sense. He can't guarantee if he can knock it over to hit Tremaine, it could hit the ship. And if this is void and combat worthy, it should be able to survive fire and shrapnel, or we're fucked for 1,000 different reasons.
Fingers crossed.
The Emperor always gives you an answer to the questions you're asking, and I think I've got my answer right here, he says as he pushes the trigger button on the gunnery station.
Amazing. So as you do so, you notice Acri just nudge your reticle like 4 inches to the right, and the The singular blast strikes the other astral line ship. Alto, as the systems boot up, you see sort of like call signs begin to appear. Kind of, this ship seems to be garbled, but for just a brief moment, you get a ping, just kind of off to the right of the ship, starboard, if you will, that is labeled the Emperor's Fury, and then it blinks off as the Emperor's Fury is unleashed, as the massive astral line ship detonates in that horrible way that, like, anytime a rocket explodes, just kind of from the bottom up in a cascade of flame. Your ship is battered, sent careening, kind of spiraling off. And as you all kind of like brace yourselves, lols, against whatever you can, you see a massive fireball consume the remaining creatures that had descended upon you, wiping clean Galen's garden, and in a final blast, you see the grasping, shocked face of Tremaine, who just manages a "oh shit" before being blasted to pieces. And so, with a fireball in your wake, you manage to right the ship, and with a kind of slowly ascending arc, fire and flaming bits of creatures and animals and Xenos burning off, you begin to ascend into the heavens, leaving the death world of Tren far, far behind you. What do any of you have parting sentiments for the planet? Lyric, you're looking disgusted and furious.
There was a butt. I was just waiting
there is. I'm just looking at angry faces.
Yeah, no, Lyric just, like, I kind of... I set my weapons down, and I just, like, tromp up to Valentine, and I, like, shove him, like, against a bulkhead. And it's like, the only other fucking psyker I know, and the fucking doctor? You leaving them both the fuck behind? What is wrong with you?
Well, you know, if everyone had perhaps been a little more combat ready in the face of the monsters, we might have been able to make choices. I want to be clear. We're here to save the Emperor. Everyone is a tool to save the Emperor. You, me, them. The people who got away were the people that I had committed to bringing on this mission. You, your brother, myself. They could have been useful, they could have not. The doctor tried to kill me. We couldn't trust the doctor to treat any of us, especially if we had to kidnap the doctor. So the doctor became sacrificial. Horatio wanted to be a hero. When I get to a fortress precinct of the Arbites, he will be made one posthumously. He has saved the life of the Emperor. They were all not serving a purpose. They were all not going to save us. And if we had tried to save them, we would all be dead. How do you feel right now? And he just points at, like, the almost dead you. And he's like, I am almost broken. If you try to shove me again, I might have to shoot you, just because one of us is going to die from the shoving. So instead, we survived. I saved your brother, and I saved you, which I also did before, when they attacked you in the woods. I've saved you twice.
I don't have an answer to this, so I just like turn on my heel and just kind of mutter, like, fucking Inquisitors have an answer for fucking everything, and I go in search of a medkit.
Cool. So you storm off in search of a medkit, and it's not a big ship, so you're just kind of looking around in that kind of delightfully angry, futile way, where it's just kind of like, nah, just open this. Meanwhile, as you're doing this, Alto, you are starting to, like, plot a course.
God damn, it says a lot.
I've got a sense of how to jump systems with the information that you've collected so far about the conspirators. The only lead you currently have to go on is that of the traitor Glasgow Vicodin. And luckily, Valentine, you are aware of the distillery planet. It's like a forge world for booze.
Yeah, I think Valentine would take the co-pilot seat and help them sort out like what warp beacons are in the area, because we don't actually have a navigator and all the math we'd have to do and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're all sort of, I think you're kind of talking to Acri about that. And also that gives you a second to kind of do a quick analysis of the ship. And you notice that there is a blinking alert now that the system is up for something just labeled stasis. And it's like angrily blinking at you.
I'd like to like investigate that, like stasis regarding what, like kind of open the file, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like,
yeah. So basically, it's just on a diagram of the ship. There's just kind of a blinking button that says stasis. And as you open the file, Lyric, you find a closet that just fucking won't open. But luckily, you find a button that says release. And as you press it, Tyler, the light goes from green to red on stasis. And instead of a med kit, you are confronted by hissing smoke pouring out of a seemingly glass chamber. And suddenly, a figure falls into your arms. With a massive clank of metal, cords and cables snapping off their neck as they do so, coughing up a weird sort of slimy substance. And Lyric, you find yourself looking at a face that is at least partially human, but also partially machine, that just smiles at you and says, "Oh, fuck, I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am to be out of there. Hello, new friends!" And that's how you met the tech priest.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Alto, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Lyric. Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Lyric, and Tyler Hewitt as Alto. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band escaped the death world of Tren at a high cost. Valentine sacrificed Horatio, the Doctor, and the remaining ship of the Astral Line. Alto flew the ship away from the world, and Lyric discovered the Tech Priest in stasis. Will this dethroned Tech Priest turn out to be friend or foe? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
Adeptus Arbites log. You know, when they send you out, you always think it's fine, I won't have to make any stops along the way. But then you find out about someone doing something truly horrific, something so offensive to the Imperium itself, that you must make a detour. That is the man I have locked up, and that is the man I plan to torture once I have dealt with this fucking planet. Lyric, you find that very man in your arms. He's a Paul Bettany-looking motherfucker. He is heavy. He's wearing a sort of a beautiful crimson robe that is stained and ragged, and has clearly seen a bit too much action. It's caked with grease and this kind of odd, sort of like foul-smelling mist that is still dumping out of the stasis pod. You are struck by the weight of this man, and similar to kind of, I think, what you would have discovered with Alta making like minor modifications to himself over the years, you can feel just how much metal is on this guy. And as he kind of grips your shoulder for support, you can feel that several of his fingers are mechanical, but a couple of them are still organic. Like I think a good visual clue for kind of tech priests in general, but specifically this fella, is very much almost in a Borg way, where there's just like a bunch of random tech, not in like the full Borg like servo arm, but more like in a 7 of 9 or the Reclamation Project in Picard kind of, like there's still like lots of bits. But to your surprise, a lot of this looks closer to what you would have seen back on your planet in terms of some of the enhancements people gave themselves. It's you know you're someone who's seen some pretty rough gang self surgeries, and this definitely looks like a lot of self surgery.
This is a backdoor.
Yeah. Or literally just like it's a little bit like trying to cut your own hair, where you're like, I can mostly get the angle, but not quite. So he kind of he's got very much like a sort of half his forehead and like a Phantom of the Opera level of technology built into his face. You can see that it's been seemingly painted some time ago with flames, like you'd put on the side of a sports car. And he
my friend and fellow siege engine pilot Maury Hilldorf is lost in the hills. We were looking for a rare ore that's needed for a high-grade blast
garbage,
powder. And during our search, he drove his engine up a steep hill and busted it.
Says,
Still convinced.
Hello, new friend.
These mountains. Hilldorf.
I just immediately like push him off. And
can you roll me an athletics check, please? He's a heavy sumbitch.
Okay, I attempt to push him off.
Yeah, I think the instinct is just like, get the fuck off me, as you would, because he's also like, you know, he's a tallish guy, but he's slight, like he's not built. But as you start to push, you realize like it's a flesh sack of metal. Okay. So I'm going to say difficulty of 1. It's not tremendously hard. It's just surprising. It's not what you're hoping for. So 1 purple. I'm going to give you a setback just because of all the weird like mist and guck. In terms of story points, we're going to say let's just go with a straight 3 and 3 on this one.
All right, can I roll?
Yeah, so this will be your brawn and your athletics, please.
Cool. 4 successes and 1 failure. Wait, end result 3 successes. Fuck, I keep reading that.
All good. All right, so yeah, you shove him up and off, and again, it's more effort than you intended, but you're strong. Admittedly, wounded. Everyone's very wounded.
Incredibly wounded.
But also, he can't, like, he's like Bambi on the ice. Like, he doesn't have his legs yet. So as you push him, he just kind of like dead weight stumbles and collapses off to the side. I think we talked a little bit about the interior of the ship looking a bit like the Quinjet from the Avengers movies, or the Blackbird from X-Men. So you are sort of near the rear of the ship where the stasis pod is. However, it is a large open space. So for you two gents in the cockpit, you definitely hear like a large metallic clang as this happens. And Alto, you had just seen the state, like the stasis piece blink off. And Acre's like, well, shit, we got a stowaway.
If Alto looks over his shoulder, can he see the situation behind him?
Yeah, it's probably about like 5 meters back and down a little flight of stairs. So if you think about where like Hulk and Widow hang out in any time they have to have a weird relationship conversation that gets completely ignored in later films, it's kind of down basically in the cargo section.
So by this point I've like drawn my shock whip.
I think Alto will stay at the wheel and just kind of turn to Valentine and say, I think whatever was in stasis is out of stasis now. Would you mind helping out Lyric if she needs it?
She seems to be all right now. Why don't we keep it focused? All right, you do the flying. Now, Acre is beside you, correct?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Can I borrow Acre for a moment? Acre, I can't speak to him and know if he's receiving this, so I'm just going to have to trust you to relay. Could Acre pull up the files on whoever the chug just fell out of stasis? That would be wonderful. Lyric, point a gun at them.
already have my fucking whip. Get back here.
Please, Mr. Valentine, could you make sure she's okay?
What he'll do is just activate his refractor field and then just turn his chair around and be like, yes, I can see what's going on. Let's find out the information we have. And just raise his bolt.
Acri does a little bit of fast hacking. Tyler, I think we're going to use your tech use for Acri.
Sure.
I'll say he gives you 2 boost dice because he's literally plugged in. But rather than having the guy with all the tech skills sit by while an NPC does the work, let's have you roll some dice. I'm going to say this is a difficulty of 4. So 4 purple. And I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade 1 to a red.
Okay.
So we're at 4 and 2 in your favor now. Despite having met his end fighting the Administratum down on the planet, I know he didn't. He died of old age. I keep forgetting when he died. Died of old age training. No doubt a long line of arbitrators who will surely survive and go off planet with their new friends and not be betrayed and left for dead. He's encrypted the hell out of this. Like this is like a top level encryption. Quite frankly, from a glance, this isn't something this guy should have been dealing with. This must have been a pretty this is the equivalent of being like, we've cornered a serial killer, send the patrol cop.
Right.
So Tom, random question to possibly add boost dice, possibly not. I'm imagining Valentine would have a number of inquisitorial codes that might work in, general systems to kind of bump stuff. I don't know if that would apply in this case, but is there any way with the Rosette or that kind of thing that he could data spike?
I'm going to say in this case, no, only because it's a personal encryption.
That makes sense.
I will say Dark Heresy isn't built for an Inquisitor in the party. You will find places where narratively it might make sense that an Inquisitor might magically have access or overrides, but given that you never really passed the test and or were officially inducted
it was
as
a battlefield
such,
promotion. I'm fine with it. Don't worry. I'm never going to argue with you.
No. I just wanted to lay that groundwork because that's the kind of thing that would kind of irk me throughout. It's like when the X-Men are like, oh, no, a door, we can't get through that. I'm like, all of you have something that gets you through that door. Fuck off. But yes, in this case,
I think I'm gonna play something else.
If it was just a standard Imperial thing, absolutely. But in this case, it's his.
I'm playing so much OctoWoW. I need to play something else.